All right, we are live. Justin, I'll just pass it to you for some first thoughts.
Sounds good. I mean, I'm excited. I have a Bitcoin in my hands. I got started 72 days ago inside USI Tech. I know you're all wondering, like, what is this thing? How does this work? How do we maximize the comp plan? What's the best strategies to becoming realistically a millionaire, crypto millionaire, even sexier in 2018? And the information we're going to share with you this evening, I have used. Mike introduced me to this. He shared this business plan, this strategic strategy with me 72 days ago. And today, my wife and I woke up crypto millionaires. In 72 days, I started with like a $6,000 investment, and I am a millionaire today. So if you're excited to learn the information that Mike shared with me, along with our latest strategies on how to maximize the comp plan and get results, let me know in the comments. Like, light the comments up. I want to know how excited you are, and everyone's blowing up the chat right now, which is awesome, and I appreciate it. Thanks for all the love. So I just got to say thank you, Mike. I appreciate you for, introducing this to me. I know you and Vitali were persistent like 6-8 months ago, and I sat on the sidelines and I said, I'm just going to kind of sit back and see what occurs. And a couple months ago, I'm just grateful that I took action, because if I didn't take action then, I would have had to start all over again now, right? And when's the best time to get started with Bitcoin? Always now, because it's going so fast. And I'm just going to get right into it. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
And real quick on that, Justin,
Yes.
On taking action now, I actually have Nate. Hey, Nate, come over here real quick. So I told Nate about this.
What's up, JD?
What up, Nate? Good to see you, man.
So I told Nate about this right when I first started. And you were about to buy some Bitcoin then, right?
Yeah, about 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
How much was Bitcoin then?
Got busy, like $2,000.
Yep. And guess what? He just barely bought his first packages today, or is in the process.
Yep.
So now he's buying it at like.
Started buying Bitcoins about 2 weeks ago. Just started buying packages today. So, like Justin said, best time is right now.
Yep.
Best time was 5 years ago or right now.
Yep. So, I mean, that's not like the funnest story, but I think it's cool just to illustrate, don't wait. Don't put this on the back burner. Get it going now.
Just means you got to get out and hustle more and make that money back, right?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Now I'll turn it back to you, Justin.
Yeah, it's good to see you involved, Nate. Congrats on getting started and getting in the game.
Heck yeah.
But where this thing is heading, I mean, it's going to go to the moon. There's no doubt about it. So this is my back office. I just wanted to show you the proof. This is my USI Tech back office. Again, I started, it's actually 73 days, I think. Because 72 days was last night when I did a post. So 73 days ago, I joined and started with 100 packages. Mike will break down what that means a little later. I just want to show you the proof. I just love refreshing, because when I refresh, sometimes it just shoots up because we get paid 24/7. It's not like once a week we get paid. We get paid upon referrals 24/7. So check this out. My available balance for today so far is 0.61 Bitcoin. Total Bitcoin earned 51. So in about 73 days, I earned 51 Bitcoin. If I go to Google, well, let's just check out CoinMarketCap. Just take a look at this really quick. Bitcoin is currently $17,800. I don't know if you could do the math on your side as I'm talking, Mike, and just let people know what that is. I think it's over 800,000, which is still pinching myself crazy. But look at the market cap. I'm going to blow this up. This is obviously, it's record-breaking today. $447 billion market cap on cryptocurrency. So when we talk about a wave, this is a serious wave. I'm going to click on it and just show you some stats over the past, maybe 30 days, so you can see what's happening. And maybe I'll start 1 year ago. The market cap of cryptocurrency just 1 year ago was 14 billion. 12 months ago. Again, it's over 400 billion right now. 3 months ago, the market cap was 163 billion. 1 month ago, the market cap was 195 billion. 1 week ago, the market cap was 301 billion. And if we fast forward to today, move this out of the way. Today, the market cap is 442 billion. I didn't make $1 million or $1 million worth of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in 72 days because I'm so smart. It was just because I took action and I rode a wave, and we're just catching that this wave. This is like the tip of the iceberg. So I'm going to ride this thing. This is pretty crazy to fathom. And if we go back to, this is a great resource, by the way, coinmarketcap.com. We can see on this website the markets Bitcoin is currently being traded at. And on some websites like BitThumb, it's being traded at $21,700 right now. I remember hearing predictions, Mike, of people saying Bitcoin would be worth $20,000 by Christmas. Most people are like, no way, maybe in a couple of years. Whew. If you would have asked me a week ago, I would have been like, I don't know. Honestly, I think it'll happen first quarter of next year. But holy cow, I mean, holy moly. Are you witnessing this? This is history in the making. So you can see all the different, multiple places, exchanges. It's already being sold for 21,000. People ask oftentimes, what's the market price of Bitcoin? Whatever people are willing to pay for it on these exchanges are what you can sell Bitcoin for. So if I wanted to sell a Bitcoin right now for like $21,000, I can go to that exchange and I can exchange it for cash. But Bitcoin is way more valuable than cash once you start to understand what we have our hands on right now. So personally, I would never sell because I know one day these Bitcoins are going to be worth millions of dollars. I don't know when, but I know it's destined to happen, right? So yeah, I just wanted to show that. Let me go back to USI Tech. So for today, I mean, it's just outrageous. I've been involved with being an entrepreneur for over a decade now, most of my adult life. And I've never come across an industry as exciting as this, as rewarding as this, and obviously as lucrative. But the best part isn't our success. Do you want to sing something for everybody real quick? Mm-hmm. Show them your Bitcoin and sing your song if you want. Let me hold you up though. They can't see you. There's my daughter, Kwanya, and she has a song to sing. The best of the doing in the distance. Go ahead. Bitcoin money. I love your song. Your singing is officially the best, and I love you, and I do this for you, and you can take the Bitcoin, add it to your collection. I think you have 3 of them now, okay? Cool. Yeah, she has her own anthem. She sings and dances, and she says, Bitcoin money. It's awesome. So, yeah, I don't know where I was at. That was a good pattern interrupt, but I just want you to know that what we have our hands on right now is very special. This moment in time is very special, and over the course of this month, I think it's the most important time to be involved in Bitcoin and USI Tech because you're going to position yourself for 2018 to become a crypto millionaire. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you one of my best friends. We talk every day, though it's through chat. I've known him for a long time. We've been working together for, 6-7 years. One of the most honest people I've ever met. One of those servant leaders. Just, he earned over $500,000 last month in USI Tech, and he's just getting started. And so you're in good hands right now. Mike's going to break this all down, and we're going to have a lot of fun this evening. So take it away, Mike. Back to you, brother.
Thank you. Awesome. You guys like that? You guys excited about USI Tech? Who's 100% on board? Let me know in the comments. Love it. So I want to actually share my screen as well. And we're going to talk through just a couple things real quick, all right, before we get right into strategy. So let me make sure I have all this moved over in the right spot. all in. Looks like everybody's all in. That's cool. We could be done, right? Just kidding. Everyone's all in. Just kidding. But anyway, so I'm going to be talking strategy a little bit. But just real quick, who would like to know exactly what the products are and how they pay out? You know, how this is legit. This is not just another Ponzi scheme. You know, like, anyone want to know that stuff first before we get into strategy? Let me know in the comments. All right. Juan Carlos. Oh, that's cool. Juan Carlos. Tammy, Linda, Ann, Pamela. All right, because we usually get this a lot, right, Justin? I don't know if you get this a lot when you're talking to people, but you know, one of the most common objections we get is like, how the heck do they pay this, right? I don't know. But that just seems like,
yeah, this is the biggest thing I get. It has to be a Ponzi because no company can pay you 1% with compound interest. There's no way to pay it out.
Yep. So let's go ahead and squash that right now. You guys want to do that? You guys want to do that right now? Let's just squash that, get that out of the way. So first of all, I'm going to talk about briefly what the products are, and I'm going to stop my video, and we're just going to focus on my screen, okay? So right here, I just wrote down, I put it in this guide. So I'm going to post this guide, and I'll put it in the description of the Facebook recording later. So hold on one second, but I'll post it to everybody who's in the live room right now. All right. So you guys can click on that, and you can go through this. Now, keep in mind, I updated this like 10 minutes before the webinar. So, you know, it's probably not 100% perfect or spelled right. And I'll just be honest with you. When I grew up, I didn't do very well in school. You know, I didn't win the spelling bees. But you know what's cool is you don't have to win the spelling bees to make a lot of money, because in USI Tech, I've earned 89 Bitcoins, 89.8 Bitcoins, right? Now, obviously, that came in throughout the last 6 months at different values. So I'm not going to say that, you know, all of that is today's value, but I will say 89 Bitcoins right now, at least on this calculator, which is undervalued. That's like 1 point.
Wow.
Look at that.
1.5 million, man.
And you know what's funny is yesterday it was, or even earlier today, it was 1.2. So it's just hilarious how Bitcoin, when you earn in Bitcoin, you win, right? And that's one cool thing about what we have here with USI Tech. So real quick, let's talk about the two products and how, you know, let's squash everything about it. So number one, BTC package. Right now there's two products in USI Tech. There's the BTC package and there's the token package. They used to have a Forex robot, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But right now that's turning into a Forex package. Okay, so we won't talk about Forex today, but just want you guys to understand the two products we have right now. So the first product is BTC packages, and this is a true Bitcoin multiplier. So what we're talking about is you put BTC in, so you put Bitcoin in a package. It locks in the Bitcoin amount that you put in there, and let me just show you in a visual. So when I go buy a package, let me show you an example. So back when I first started in May, I've got packages in here all the way down. Let me just go all the way to the bottom. See, I have my first package here, May 26th, right? And I bought this package for 0.0246. Now, at the time of that package, it was worth $60. Okay, so I bought it for $60. Does everybody get that? So I bought this package for $60. Then they started paying me 1% on the Bitcoin I put in, not the $60. I want you guys to all get this. They don't pay us 1% on $60. They pay us 1% on the Bitcoin in that package, and that Bitcoin doesn't fluctuate. That Bitcoin stays there. It's almost like having it in a wallet, but you have it in USI Tech instead. And it stays there, and it earns for 140% until it hits 140%. So as you can see, I haven't even earned all my money back yet, or not all my contract yet. So the contract's for 140%. I've only earned 127% so far, but check out why this is so cool. It's a true Bitcoin multiplier. So if I put this in right now, check that out. That means I bought this package for $60 and it is now worth $403. And guess what? I get paid on the Bitcoin amount. So I'm getting paid on $403 right now. I'm not getting paid on $60. So there's other programs out there that pay you in fiat money and you end up losing money. So a lot of times people look at this product and they're like, you only make 40% above your return of capital? That's not very much, right? There's other companies that pay 200%. Well, does any of those companies pay more than 200%? No, they don't. So check this out. This one has, like, think about it. This is how much I've earned so far from that one package. Let me show you. Well, bam. So I have earned $514 so far, and it's not over yet.
Holy cow. So did you just 10x your money on that package?
Pretty much. I bought it for $60.
Dude, most people don't get that. This is like, there's no comparison, man. Getting paid in Bitcoin.
Yep. And it's not even done yet. That's the beautiful thing. It's not even done yet. Like, I still have, like, it's only 127%. It goes all the way to 140%.
Massive, man.
So I've almost 10x'd my money. You don't do that with a fiat investments. Like, the best one I know out there is the number 2 program that we recommend, and we're not going to talk about that in this video, but that one's the best one I've seen out there, and that's 220% back to you. This is more than that. Like, look at that. That's 600%, or no, like 900%. So what would you guys rather have? Let me know in the comments, 200% or 900%. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the power in a true Bitcoin multiplier. And I don't know about you guys, but who banks on Bitcoin going up over the next 3 years?
All in, brother.
If anyone is betting against Bitcoin going up, you are going to lose a lot of money. I can just promise you that right now. Like, there's a guy named John McAfee. You can look him up. He did a bet on Twitter. I'm not going to say what he said because he's kind of a little bit vulgar about it.
I love this guy, man. He's awesome.
But he bet, and he was going to do something very publicly humiliating on television if it doesn't hit 500,000 by the end of 2020. So if you're going to bet against Bitcoin going up, you are going to lose. Okay, you're going to lose that bet, and you're going to, not win. So if you're doing fiat investments, that's great for diversification. But if you want a real, true Bitcoin multiplier, you need this BTC package. So here's how it works. So your returns are higher as value of Bitcoin goes up. Your contract's 140% over 120 to 180 days. And the reason I put that there is because some people get confused when I say 140. It's the days fluctuate based on the variable of the day, of the percentage that day. So I just decided one day, you know what? I'm just going to start telling people it's like in this range. Okay. Is that a little bit easier to explain?
Yeah, man. I like that.
Okay. So we earn 140%. That's the non-variable. This is the variable of how long it takes. But regardless, you put 1 Bitcoin in, you get 1.4 Bitcoin out. So regardless of price of fluctuation, you get that. You get your initial capital plus a percentage gain, and inside the daily returns, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, about 6 p.m. It's a little bit before that, but I just said 6 just to make sure. Okay, so what's cool is that, so basically how it works, you put 1 Bitcoin in, you get 1.4 Bitcoin out, the package goes away. You don't get anything back at the end. You've already earned your money back plus 0.4 more. So is everybody 100% on board on how it works? Now, this is where we can talk about the whole Ponzi objections. So someone might look at this and they might be like, okay, well, that sounds like a Ponzi scheme, right? Well, that looks like a Ponzi scheme. Well, here's how the 140% revenue is earned, okay? They have basically the way that they've set this package up. They've got a legal opinion letter. Everything is compliant in the U.S. as of right now, but I'll talk about a couple things about that. So they generate revenue as a company. So I want you guys to get this. And I want you to think of the revenue as the total package. Okay, so it's like they generate revenue as a total package, and then they pay us our 40% return from all the revenue that they generate, and it's almost like a kickback. So it's not necessarily like they're not like taking your money and trading it. They're not like, being your financial advisor. They're not that kind of a company. What they're doing is they're generating revenue as a company, and they're kicking back some of the profit back to you as part of the 140% mining package contract. So what are some of the activities they do for revenue? Well, right now they have Bitcoin mining contracts with other companies. They're actually working on their own mining pool right now as we speak. We'll talk about that here in a minute. They've got Ethereum mining going. They've got Forex trading and alt currency trading. So I guess that would be altcoin, right? Altcoin trading. They've got arbitrage that they're doing. They've got leasing patented technology to other miners. That's coming. That's actually a future revenue stream coming. They've got ATMs. That's also a future revenue stream. And these were announced in London. So these two right here are actually additional revenue streams that the company is going for, okay? So with that being said, some people might look at this and be like, so let's talk about the Ponzi thing. What's the definition of a Ponzi? Can anyone tell me that? What does that mean for it to be a Ponzi?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you need to understand. Okay, it has no product. Well, obviously, this is a product, right? So that's gone, right? Okay, so here's the definition. Let me show you an exact example of a real product. So we're going to open up a new document. Nope, not based on fraud. See, that has nothing to do with a Ponzi, by the way. It's not stolen. Nope, that's not a definition either. Here's a real definition of a Ponzi. Taking new members' money and giving it to old members. Okay? So does everybody get it what a Ponzi is? You take new members' money and you give it to old members. That's how it works. Now, let me throw this question out there for you real quick before I go into logistics on this. If the company is legitimately doing Bitcoin mining, Ethereum mining, Forex and altcoin trading, arbitrage, leasing patented technology to other miners, and ATMs, if they're doing all that and generating new revenue from the money that we put in order to pay new members and old members, is that the definition of a Ponzi? Think about it. If they're creating new money from these activities and paying investors or you back your return of capital, so they're paying this back to you, right? And they're just giving you a kick of their revenue stream. Is that a Ponzi? If they're taking the money that they earn from this, okay, and they're putting it and they're giving it to you in the return of capital, is that a Ponzi? So the question we need to really ask ourselves is, are they really doing this? That's the question. It's not the question is not, is USI Tech a Ponzi or not? Because what they are doing is obviously not. Does that make sense? It's obviously not. The question now becomes, are they doing it or are they not doing it? And that's the real question. And when it breaks down to this, it comes down, I was actually talking to Nate a little bit, and it really comes down to this. It comes down to what facts do we have? What information do we have? And what should we not focus on? Right? So like out there in the Ponzi world, everybody focuses on like one or two things. Like they focus on, oh, they pay 1% a day, that's unsustainable. Well, I don't know about you guys, but Have you ever seen anyone make more than 1% a day in the trading world in Bitcoin? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have buddies, Mike, where 20% weekly returns is normal for them because they actually know what they're doing with trading.
Exactly. And arbitrage alone, like I can almost throw out, like right now, arbitrage alone, you can make 2 to 3%, actually 5, like on local Bitcoins. If you like our buddy Kelly Williams, he's making 3% on every single trade he does every day. So what does that mean? He buys Bitcoin and he sells it for 3% markup. So he's making at least 3% a day on his money. Does that make sense, everybody? He's making 3% a day just from one person, and he's an average person. He's not a company with a trading track record. He's not like some guru in the trading market. He's just a normal, everyday guy that I knew for the last 5 years making 3% a day on his money. You know what I mean? Like, if he can do it, a big company can do it if they actually are doing it. So we have to get to that equation, right? And so then we look at Forex. Can people make 1% a day on Forex? Well, not necessarily. I think it's more like 12% a month. Okay. But that's just one part of their revenue stream, right? And then we look at mining. I watched a documentary with John McAfee, and he's a Bitcoin miner. That's one of the things I like about John. He's not just like a billionaire. I don't even know what his net worth is, but he doesn't just have a lot of money. He's actually in the trenches as a Bitcoin miner. How cool is that? You know, he actually said on an interview when Bitcoin was only around $5,000, so it's probably more now. It costs $1,000 to create a Bitcoin with all the costs. So even at that, what's 1,000 turning into 5,000? What kind of return is that? Isn't that insane? Like, if it costs 1,000 and you can turn 1,000 into 5,000 and you can churn that out if you have a big mining facility, that's a pretty big return. You guys agree?
Is that 500%, Mike?
Yeah. So if you can churn 500% and you can earn 8 of those Bitcoins every day, and you can do 500%, or like however many Bitcoins they do, and you earn 500% on your money, can you pay out a measly, what is it per month? That's like 20%, right? 20% per month, or actually no, 6% a month. If you divide, like, the funny thing is if you divide 40% divided by 7 months, so 40% divided by 7 months, you only need to make 6% a month for people. If you can make 500% just mining, heck, they could pay your 1% returns from a 12% Forex account. Isn't that crazy? So they can pay you your 1% a day from their Forex trading alone. Isn't that insane?
That is nuts. So are you saying that with a combination of all these things they're doing, you're trying to say that the company is very profitable and it's not even a question of, how are they going to pay the 1% per day, because the returns are so large, it's easy for them to do and remain sustainable for the long term. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So even just on one of their revenue models, they can pay our 1% returns a month because it includes our capital plus interest, or whatever you want to call it. I know we're not supposed to say interest or whatever, but it's just return on capital and gain is included on our 1%. It's not like you're getting 1% addition to your capital. It's 1% including your capital. Okay. But here's how it works. So the question comes to this: what is the probability that USI Tech is doing this stuff? And I'll be honest with you. If a company, like if I were to join another, I've seen a lot of companies in this space, and I'll be completely honest. And I won't try to stay too much on this subject, but I do want to mention this. If another company launched today And they didn't, let me just throw this out there. And then they didn't list who the owners were. And they paid you a 1% daily return. They told you they were doing Bitcoin mining and trading. And then they just launched the website with zero track record behind them and no other facts. Like if you were just to look at it from the outside looking in, then you were to be like, okay, they pay 1% a day, they're mining and they're trading. Is that a Ponzi? Most of the time, I would say yes. Right, Justin? Like,
yeah, most of the companies with anonymous owners paying out these returns and there's no information on their track record, naturally I lean towards it's more than likely a Ponzi. Absolutely, no question about it.
Yep. So how do we tell if USI is that or not? How can we tell? All we can do is go by the probability and some of the knowledge that we have, some of the leaders that have met the owners, some of the facts that we currently have, why they're not sharing proof of trading, right? Why they don't have proof of mining or whatever yet. Like that's all we can go by. And then you can figure out the probability on your own. Now, I'll just be completely honest and transparent with you guys. At first, I didn't really know what to expect. Then I went and I met with the owners in not only Vegas, but also Spain. I went out to a trip in Spain and I met all three owners. And when I met them, so that's factor number one, okay? Probability, okay? Or people behind the company. Okay? That's probability number one of why USI Tech is actually legit. Is I actually met them on multiple occasions. I was in Spain with them, and they were telling us about their operations. They were telling us about what they're doing. You can actually hang out with them. They you eat dinner with them. You went on a boat ride with them. Like they're real people behind the company. It's not like for example, when Bernie Madoff made off with all your money, right? The thing with him is he was the first, or like one of the biggest, well, not maybe the first, but he was one of the biggest scammers, right? And like in the history. The biggest scammers in history. But what happened is he went to prison, right? Like he went to prison and he got in a lot of trouble. So what happened after that? All the Ponzi's that ever launched after that, they didn't show their name. They didn't show their face. They didn't go to live events all over the United States, right? Every single week. They don't put like who they are. They don't have their registration numbers on their website. You know what I mean? Like they hide. Why do they hide? Well, because they don't want to be held accountable for their Ponzi scheme. Did you guys know if USI Tech turns out to be a Ponzi, did you guys know all of those founders will be in jail and in prison? And they will be caught very easily because they go to live events all around the world. They know this, like everyone knows this. And that's why Ponzi's go out of business so fast. And like nobody ever gets held accountable for it. So probability number one is what are the likelihood of all these founders putting their name and their reputation on the line? What's the probability of them doing that if it were a Ponzi? So that's probability number one. It's not very likely. Okay. And why do I say that? Well, Horst, he has a finance background, finance companies. And he has taken two companies public, okay? And they are now billion-dollar companies, okay? He put his name on USI Tech. He is one of the founders. He is out there. He has all of his reputation, everything on the line. You guys got that? We've got Mike Kiefer, network marketing for 20 years, flawless record. great business person. You know what I mean? Like everything on the line. He's not just going to out of the blue go, hey, I've done network marketing for 20 years. Let's go start another network marketing, but this time let's start a Ponzi. Right? Like what's the probability of that? Now, Ralph, he's been doing trading.
And just heads up, you put they are not billion, so put now, just so, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Ralph has a trading background. I don't remember how many years. I think it was like 7 or something. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to put the years. Okay, so Ralph has a trading background. Now, this is the last one I want to talk about on the owners. They just added a guy named Evan Ahern. So let me pull up this guy, okay? Evan Ahern.
Yeah, this is massive right here.
So this guy just came on board USI Tech, okay? He is the president of Ahern Rentals that has been around since 1953. He owns 50 different companies, and he is a billionaire, okay? And he came on board USI Tech as the head of product development. Now, let me throw a probability question out there for you. What is the probability of Evan Ahern coming on as a head of product development for USI Tech if USI Tech had no products? Let me just throw that out there. What is the likelihood? Like if you're looking at the chances of this being a Ponzi or not, if you're just looking at it like from a percentage point, what is the probability or likelihood of a guy like this coming on as head of product development if there was no product? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And he was actually a speaker at the London event. He spoke. So it's not like one of those things like, oh, we got this guy and then you don't really know if you got him or not. He was a speaker at the USI Tech event. You know? So this guy is in USI Tech now as the head of product development. Okay. Last but not least, probability. And then we'll move on to some exciting stuff. I just think we just need to squash this stuff because it's such a annoying subject.
Yeah, and when you guys are promoting this, and you're building your list, you're introducing people to this incredible opportunity, you're going to get these objections. And when you do, you don't have to explain them and get into this long back and forth that is really just going to take energy away from you. You can just point them to this replay. We'll make this video available, and then you can just point people to Mike breaking it down because Mike is in the know. Mike has met the owners on several occasions. He's been with the company a long time, and he has insight that outsiders, bloggers who know nothing about the company but what they read will never have insight of. So who you listen to is very important, and I think this is going to make for a great resource.
Yep. So let's talk about why. So let me put that right here. Why they don't share trading and mining proof. Because if we can get down to this probability, every objection won't matter, right? So why the heck aren't they? Like, what's going on? Like, what the heck? So why aren't they sharing it? And they have a really good reason. And so like all the other probability factors in play, I already are just from here, without even knowing this, I already know that they're not a Ponzi. I mean, anyone else agree? Like, I already know. But let's just throw one more reasoning out there for everybody, just to like solidify it all. Okay. So why don't they share it? Well, here's the thing. Many companies that have tried, like legit companies, have tried to get SEC licenses in the USA, and it is very, very difficult. Do you guys agree? Like, many companies have tried. Like, for example, BitClub Network tried to do all of that in the USA, and guess what? They gave up, and now they pulled out of the USA and just said, screw it. You know what I mean? So now they're like, and if you guys didn't know, they're on the blockchain. So they're a legit company. They're actually doing legit mining. If you go over to data, and you will see USI on here, by the way, here soon, which I'm excited about. But anyway, so like you see right here, Bit Club Network, they're 3.5% of the whole Bitcoin mining pool, right? So they're a legit company. They're doing real mining, but they pulled out of the US market because it was such a pain in the butt to get licensing here. You know what I mean? So guess what? You want to know why they don't share trading proof with everybody? It's not because they're not doing trading. It's because if they start showing trading all over the internet, they will be deemed an unregistered security in the USA, and they will for sure be shut down out of the USA. They would have to pull out of the market. They would literally have to. So who in here is in the USA that can appreciate USI Tech protecting the company so that they're not out of business in the USA? Or you wouldn't have an opportunity right now. If they showed trading proof right now, before getting licensed, before having their license, that's a pain in the butt to get, you would all be out of an opportunity right now. You would not have this opportunity. You could not make the 89 Bitcoin that I made this month. I wouldn't have been able to make that. But because they are going through the proper, so that's another thing, legal steps, they were told not to share proof of trading, okay, by the lawyers. Okay, so why in the world would they give in to these haters so that they can lose their company? Does that make any sense? That makes no sense. So they don't show it because they're not supposed to. Okay, if they did, they wouldn't have an opportunity in the USA. They could show it all they want. Now let me share you this. They flew out to a guy that was hating on USI Tech. They flew out, and guess what? They showed that guy, and they showed him an SEC license in the Philippines. So did you guys know that USI Tech has an SEC license in certain countries already? And they have proven that, and they have shown people those documents. What does that tell you guys? That means they're doing what they need to do to be legalized in every country. They just have not got it done yet in the USA, so they can't show trading proof. If they show trading proof, they will have to pull out of the USA and only be in the countries they are SEC licensed in. So they had to find a workaround in order to be compliant in the USA. That's why they went to Hart David, who's an SEC lawyer, and he told them, make this a mining package, pay the returns from your mining profits and your arbitrage and everything that has to do with mining, and leave the trading out of the product until you have the proper licensing in all of the different countries. So that is why they don't share proof of trading, because if they did, you would not have an opportunity right now. And they are the only company going through legal steps. Do you know any other crypto company even trying to be legal?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? That's why you see other companies showing proof of trading. Did you guys know if a company shows proof of trading without an SEC license, they are not allowed to do business in the USA? I just want to throw that out there. So if you see a crypto company out there showing proof of trading, guess what? They will be kicked out of the USA. So just throwing that out there. That's why they don't do it. It's not because they don't want to. Okay. But they did say in February, their hedge fund will be audited and public record for people to see, which means you will see it anyway, because it'll be public record. So I'm excited about that. All right. So mining proof. Why don't they show that? Well, because they have contracts with other mining companies that don't want them saying who they have contracts with. So guess what their solution was? Well, let's create our own mining pool. And guess what's coming out sometime in December or the beginning of the year? Their own branded mining pool. So we will see USI Tech here around 1% mining on the brand, it's just like Bit Club Network is right now. You'll see USI Tech's name right here. And then all the haters that were asking for mining proof, guess what? Now they're going to get their mining proof. People who want their trading proof, when their hedge fund is audited, you will get your trading proof, right? Everything is coming in USI Tech, but the reason it's not here right now is because they are the only, and let me repeat, the only company following legal steps to become the most compliant cryptocurrency company in this space. So I don't think I have to cover any too much more about it, but do you think that cleared things up a little bit for everybody?
Yeah, 100%. People like, got it. Nice info. Sounds great. Good stuff. Very well put. Appreciate the info. Love their attorneys. All this good feedback. So I think people are ready to get into the strategies. And I personally think we just squashed that objection 100%.
Cool. So I just wanted to cover that. Obviously, I really think it's important that we feel comfortable promoting. And when I met these owners, they were not scammers. Like, I looked them in the eye. They were not scammers. Okay. They are going through the legal steps they need to take. They're doing what they need to do to make this a legal company, which is why it's taking so long. Okay. So it's not like, so now just put all these facts that I just gave you in a box and think about it. When people are looking in there from the outside in, they don't show proof of trading. They're a Ponzi. Do you see how that doesn't make as much sense anymore when you go through all the different probability reasons of why that doesn't make any sense? Because you can't just go by one set of information in decisions that you make. You've got to take all the facts and weigh them. And you know what? If you've taken all what I just said right now, and you think that the small percentage, maybe there's like 3% chance that USI is still a Ponzi, I've just squashed like 97% chance. So it's like looking really good on it's not. But there's that 3% chance. If you are one of those people that think it's the 3%, you're welcome to go somewhere else and work your ass off. Sorry to swear, and not make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Or you can come in here, have faith with us, and make it happen. Right? So with that being said, let's go into strategy, because like I said, I've never made this kind of money ever in my life. Ever in my life. Let me just repeat that. Ever in my life with this many less of people. Like, if you look at my team, guys, it is not that big. Like, qualification details, I have 132 active people, which means 132 people with 12 packages or more. That does not happen. You don't make $1.4 million with a team of this. Okay? You just don't. It just does not happen.
Dude, that's insane. 132 people, and you've earned from the networking side, if you go back to the homepage, over 80 Bitcoins from referring people. That number where it says 83.7, right? Mm-hmm. And then 6 Bitcoins from the investment side, which is going to break down the 2 different ways we get paid inside USI Tech. You can be an investor, not refer a single soul. You're still going to get your returns. Or you can do the referral side, and maybe investing is not for you. Or you can do what Mike and I are both doing, which is, I think it complements each other, but we're referring and we're investing at the same time.
Okay, so I'm going to fly through the strategy part so that we have time to talk with everybody and answer questions and stuff. But this is actually simple. Okay, the strategy is simple. I've simplified them. You guys all have the document, right? Let me post the document one more time. But there's 2 strategies. And what I love about this is one of them is passive. So anyone in here not interested in referring, let me know in the comments. This one's for you. Okay. So this is the strategy for you. If you're not interested in referring, you just want to make money passively. Did you guys know that you can? Okay. You can make up to $52,000 a month passive income with this strategy. That's the cap. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. So there's a couple milestones that you need to be aware of. So actually, let me back up. So the second package is the token packages. And then I'll talk about that here. So USI has its own official cryptocurrency. It's a pre-ICO right now, internal launch, backed by 8 different technologies that Evan Ahern brought to the table. 2 of them were shared with us so far, which is the power and the cooling side of mining. And this came from Evan Ahern, which has the money and the backing to create technology like that. He's a billionaire and he has 50 successful companies. So he created the different technologies. Okay. And he is the head of product development for USI Tech. So the coin is expected to be a top 10 coin within the first year of launching. I want you guys to get this. So not only do we have the Bitcoin packages that make money for us, they have their own cryptocurrency now in pre-ICO, and it's expected to be a top 10 coin the first year of launching, which would put it at about $3 per coin on CoinMarketCap. So if you go over to CoinMarketCap, you're looking at, oh my heck, 18,000, Justin. Did you see that?
Holy cow.
Oh, that's funny. But it's expected to be a top 10 coin. So right here, you know, where this one's like Cardano is 10 cents. We've got Monero. We've got, or not Monero, Bitcoin Gold. We've got Monero. We've got Dash. We've got Litecoin, Ripple. USI Tech, with its backing, with its technology is going to help every single cryptocurrency. I want you guys to get that. The 8 different technologies that Evan is bringing to the table, that he has a lot of money already to create those technologies, those technologies are going to help anyone who does mining. Okay? So anyone that has Bitcoin mining, Ethereum mining, altcoin mining, the technologies will help that. So do you guys think when your whole market is every single cryptocurrency, do you think that it's going to be valuable? Let me know in the comments. Had a cough there for a second. But anyway, so it's going to be valuable. It's going to, we're expected it to be a top 10 coin, and you have the opportunity to get in it pre-ICO. So before it even hits the market, it's like being able to go back to Steve Jobs when he was in the basement, or no, his garage, creating Apple Computer and being able to invest in stock before it was actually public. Right? So like it wasn't even public then, right? They launched Apple first, they built up the company, then they went public, right? They didn't sell stock right away. They built up the company just like USI Tech has for the last year and a half. They built up the company. Now they're launching their version of stock. And you guys have the opportunity of buying it before it goes live, right? So what's cool is you can buy this for up to 3 cents all the way to 58 cents. During pre-ICO stage. Once 500 million is sold, then it goes live, estimated April, May of 2018. So that's the token package and the BTC package. Both products are yin and yang, very important to USI Tech. So now when we're talking about the passive strategy, you understand both products, everybody on the same page. So here we go. Key milestones to understand. 100 packages. That's what you got started with too, right, Justin?
Yep, $6,000 investment. I purchased Bitcoin from CoinMama. At that time, it was probably like 2 Bitcoins or something like that. And I then purchased my 100 BTC packages. So that's how I got started, because you recommended it to me, and I'm glad I did, man.
So obviously you can get started for less packages, whatever you can afford, whatever you can do. But I'm just going to be honest with you, you should stretch a little bit, because who in here would love a daily raise every day you make more money? Or would you just want to make money over slow? Would you rather make money slow or make money and get a raise every single day? Most people say I would. Daily.
Yeah.
So if you want to raise every single day, get to 100 packages as fast as possible, especially if you're in the passive and you're not going to refer anybody. Because if you're not planning on referring anyone, you're not going to make very much good money. I'll be honest with you, very fast. But if you can get to a daily compounding, then that's a different story, because now you're getting a raise every day. So now your income goes up every day. So just to point out an example of this, if you go to your back office and click on the package calculator, if you start with, let's say, 10 packages at 100% rebuy, check how long you make the same money. So you make 0.0003 for like day 1 all the way till day 9. So you make the same amount of money. Then you finally get one more package, right? And then you get a little bit of a raise. And then you get another one. And then you get a little bit of a raise. And now you're making 0.004 at day 21. And then you get a raise after that many days. And then it takes you just forever to build your packages. Like, look, you're already like 140 days in, and you only got 38 packages from 10. That's not very cool, right? I mean, that's not exciting. That's not going to like get you out of bed, like motivated to, to be for life. You're not going to be all excited about life, right? But check this out. When you get to the magic number, the magic keystone number, look at this. Every day you get a new package. Boom, boom, boom. Every day you get a new raise. You see that? Oh, oops. Okay, so you see how this day you get a raise, you get a raise, you get a raise, you get a raise. Now, obviously, it doesn't show the other decibels, but you get more, okay? But basically, every day you get a raise. Every day you get a raise. Every day. And then all of a sudden, some days you start getting 2. See that? And then this day you're getting 2. Now you're getting 2. Now you go to 140 days. You go, instead of going from 10 to 38, you go from 10 to 269. Or no, you go from 100 to 269. Now, which one's more exciting?
269.
269. You see what I'm saying? And now you're buying 2-3 packages a day at that point. And now look at that. You've earned, so you started off with 0.35. All right. So 0.35, $6,000, right? And now you have 16. And this is not counting in. So you've actually made 10 grand, right? And this is not counting Bitcoin going up in value. What if Bitcoin in like 140 days from now is like 30 grand? Well, now this will be 30. You see that? So you'll go from 6,000 to 30,000 in 140 days.
Wow.
That is the power of USI Tech. You not only get the increase in value, you also get the increase, or not only get the increase in capital that they pay you, but you also get the increase in Bitcoin value. That is the difference maker here. So why do we think keystone number 1 is 100 packages? Well, because daily compounding. That's the magic number, okay? So how do you get there if you're broke? You go do passive. You don't do passive strategy, okay? You do referral strategy, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But if you have some money, I know some people who get loans. Like, here's the worst case. I was talking to Nate. We were having lunch today, and we were talking about it. And I'm like, what if someone went and got a $70,000 loan, and they bought the diamond package and 100 packages? And actually, that wouldn't be 70,000. That would be like more like
65-ish.
Yeah, 65,000. So let's say someone went and got $65,000 loan. They got 100 packages in the diamond package, which is our 2 key milestones that you want to hit, or gold through diamond at least. No silvers. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But what if someone went and got a $65,000 loan? What is the worst thing that could happen? I'm just throwing that out there. You'd be stuck with like a monthly interest payment for 10 years, right? Or however long it takes to pay off. That's all. That's the worst thing that can happen. There's worse things that can happen than that, right, Justin? Like in life?
Oh, yeah.
Like you could lose your whole house. Your house can burn down. You can get hit by a car. There's a lot worse things that can happen than having a monthly payment for the next 10 years. Because I'm sure, does everybody in here already have monthly payments?
I know I do. I have a mortgage on my house. I have a Porsche I bought that I pay monthly. The chat says monthly. Yes, a ton.
And if you don't have monthly payments, like I said, the worst thing that can happen is you'll have a monthly payment. What's the best thing that could happen? Well, check this out, guys. The best thing that can happen, I think I went backwards, but here we go. You can have 1.6 million, 4.8 million if it's $3, or 16 million if it's $10. It's like I said, it's expected to hit $3 its first year. Okay, that's the expectation that we have, and even if it doesn't even hit the expectation. Check that out. So who would, when you look at the risk versus reward, who would trade monthly payment for the next 10 years for 1.6 million or 4.8 million? Which one would you be okay with a monthly payment for 10 years with the reward potential of this?
DJ says every day. Chris Shima says I would be okay with that. Brad says it does. Timothy says me every day. Sweet. Or Kathleen says oh, yeah.
Yep. So you see what I'm saying? Like, so when we look at this and when we give you recommendations, guys, for passive strategy, you're going to want to hit these keystones. Like, I'll just be honest with you. If you're not referring people and you want to be a Bitcoin millionaire or even just a crypto millionaire in 2018, you need to hit these keystones. You need to have 100 packages. You need to have gold through diamond packages, preferably diamond, because diamond's the only way. Actually, I think there's another way to hit 1 million. I think emerald is 4 million. There's 1.2 million when we hit the projected first year, right? Ruby is almost 1 million if it's $10. But I'm just going to stick to 3 because 3 is the projected number of the first year. So emerald's going to get you to 1.2 million. Diamond's going to get you to 4.8 million. So if you want to be a Bitcoin millionaire in 2018, let me get you guys this, or maybe in the beginning of 2019. 2018, you need emerald or diamond. You guys got it?
And Jesper just pointed out that it's funny, Mike. Diamond package right now is 3.587 Bitcoin. You want to know how much Bitcoin we paid for it?
I paid 9.7. So I paid triple. But you know what? It was worth it. It was worth every single penny. Because like, think about it. Like, so this is what I paid. I paid 161 grand for my token package. And you know what? I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy about it. So here's the deal, guys. If you're passive, you need to do whatever it takes to hit the highest token package you could afford or can't afford. Just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to do whatever you got to do to hit these keystones. I'll just say as you can afford. Okay? Because you're not referring people. Okay? You're not referring people. So you have to figure out a way to make money, and the only way to make more money is to put more money in. Does everybody get that? If you're passive, you need to put your money where your mouth is. Bottom line. Or you got to get to work. That's it. Or you got to get to work. So here's the strategy. You want 100% rebuy until you hit your first package goals. So bottom line, when you're a passive earner, you buy your diamond token package, you buy your 100 packages or more, and you just get that going. And then you're going to go in here and you're going to click rebuy setup. You're going to put this at 100%, and you're just going to let it ride. Okay. You're going to let it ride, and you're going to basically just leave it there until you hit your package goals every day. So here's what your package goals are. So some examples is once it hits the 200 packages, if you decided to withdraw, then you would start withdrawing on Friday. You would rebuy Monday through Thursday and withdraw on Friday. Okay, so you turn so once you get to your one of these goals, so a lot of people are like, should I do it at 100? Should I do it? No, you pick a goal. I want you to pick a goal. 100% rebuy, like I said, till you hit your goal. Is everybody clear? Not 100% rebuy and then switch to 80-20 at 100 packages. No, that's not what I mean. You want to get 100% rebuy until you hit your goal. Then you switch. So right here, once you hit your package goal, you follow one of these methods. 80-20, which is withdraw your weekly income plus fast package growth. Okay? So that means your packages will grow every week and you're withdrawing money. So you're going to rebuy 4 days a week and withdraw 1 day a week. How that looks logistically is you would literally just go to the rebuy setting. You click rebuy setup. You'd set this to 0% and you would manually rebuy every day, 4 days a week, and then on Friday you would withdraw. So is everybody clear on the 80-20? You guys all good? When you hit your package goal, you switch to this. Okay? I'm not talking about doing it right now, right out of the bat. Okay? Now, second strategy is 60-40, which doubles your income when you want to maintain your current packages. Okay? Which means you rebuy 3 days a week and you withdraw 2 days a week. What does that do? That essentially doubles your income, but your packages do not grow at that point. So everybody clear on that one? So let's say, so now let's go down a little bit. So basically 80-20 is good for giving yourself a raise every week and growing your packages fast. 60-40 is good for when you hit the max packages of 10,000 and you only need to maintain at that point. So like, for example, the max packages is 10,000, right? So does it make sense to do 80-20 when you hit 10,000? No, because that's the max you can have, right? So what you would do is you'd do a 60-40 at that point, essentially doubling your income. So here's what this looks like. Look at this. So what are your goals? Looking at the screen, do you want to hit 200, 1,000, 3,200, 5,000, or 10,000? What are your goals? Let me know, and let me show you what your income can look like. So let's just take 32,000 for example. Let's say you get to 32,000. 80-20 would pay you about $8,000 a month passive income withdrawn into your wallet. How cool is that? So 8448 withdrawn to your wallet. That's what that would get you. 3,200 packages. Okay? Now check this out. You guys want to know how, let's say you get to that point and you're like, you know what? I'd be good with 16,000 income for the rest of my life or the rest of USI's life. I'd be good with that. Guess how you double your income? You switch to a 60-40 here. And now at 3,200 packages, you're now making $16,000 a month withdrawn into your bank account. But this time your packages will not grow from there. But if you're okay with 16 grand a month passive, you got it. You switch to 60-40. So that's why I have 80-20 and 60-40. 80-20 grows your packages, 60-40 maintains them. You guys got it? Doubles your income, but maintains them. Okay? That's why I like this method. So what about 10,000? Well, you have to switch to 60-40 there because you can't go any higher. So now look at that. You're making $52,000 a month passive income when you get to 10,000.
That's when I'm going to withdraw personally. How about yourself, Mike?
Well, on the referral side, I'll talk about that here. We just keep going until we hit 10,000, then we switch it to 60% in our back office. And now we're making $52,000 a month passive plus all of our referral earnings. It's like insane. And I'll show you that here in a minute. But this is the potential earnings. So you guys excited about that? This is what an average normal person that just has some money or some equity or some credit card or, you know, whatever you got, this is what you can earn passively And that, to me, excites me because it's like everyone on my team makes money. Whether you recruit or not, all you got to do is build up. So you do 100% rebuy until you hit your goal. So if your goal is 1,000 packages, 100% rebuy until you hit 1,000, switch to 80-20, and then your packages will continue to grow. Switch to 60-40 if you're just cool with doubling your income at that point. So 60-40 here would be about $5,000 a month. You guys got that? But it will never go up from there. You guys got it? You guys good? I don't do 70-30 anymore. It's just too confusing. They don't even have that option in the back office. Like if you come in here and you click rebuy setup, like, well, I guess you could set it up here, but like if you go to the package calculator, they don't even have a 70%. It's like, okay. But anyway, I guess they don't have 60% either, but you can set it up however you want. You could do the math on your own if you guys want, but this is what my recommendations are. You want to grow your packages or you don't. Is that good? Everybody cool with that? You either want to grow them or you don't. None of this middle stuff like, 70-30, it doesn't even grow very much, Yeah,
it looks like everyone's saying, got it, crystal clear. Let's grow them.
Yep. And then the tokens, look at that. We already talked about that. Potential, boom. So it's the yin and the yang. So if you have, let's just throw out some examples out here. So here's some strategy tips, and then we'll get into referrals. This is the most exciting part. So compound your account 100% daily until you hit your goal. We already talked about that. One tip on hitting it faster is treat it like a savings account. So if you're passive, maybe take your income that you're making from your job and be like, all right, I'm going to invest this in Bitcoin. I'm going to take about 10% a month. I'm going to put it in Bitcoin. You're going to buy Bitcoin, and then you're going to buy packages until you hit your income goal, until you go back up here, until you hit your 1,000 or your 3,200 or whatever your goal was. You're just going to put more in on top of 100% rebuy. Okay? And that will get you there. Now we have a calculator here you can use in the strategy doc that you could play with some numbers there to figure out how fast you can get there. I'm not going to cover that right now, but just you guys all get that concept. Treat this like a savings account. You put money in. You treat this long term. Don't just 100% rebuy. Don't buy one package and hope and pray that you're going to make money. I actually see some people in the other group, but it's so annoying. Like I see some people in the other group, they're like, I got my one package. It's going to compound in the next 5 years to like all this money. And I'm just like, focus on the next year, guys. Don't focus on 5 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to make money this year, not 5 years from now? Yeah, one package might make you money in 5 years. How is that that's not even good at all. Like, I mean, like I would rather work at Taco Bell than wait 5 years to make money. You know what I mean? I want to make money now. I don't want to wait 5 years. So anyone who thinks $60 is going to make you a lot of money, you might as well just kick them right now. Okay.
But the only caveat to that would be if you're broke and all you have is $60 to your name to invest, you get started with it. But as Mike pointed it out, you treat it like a savings account. And when you do have money coming in that you can allocate towards your investing, you add to it. Because there are people who get started with one, but then next week they're buying 10 when they get paid, to get that thing accumulating.
Yeah, and for every one of you in here that may not be able to afford the passive strategy that we talked about and hit those keystones, right? Or milestones. If you can't do that, I'm going to challenge you, do the referral strategy instead. Because the referral strategy, every one of you can do. You don't even have to have a package to your name. Now, obviously, it's easier if you can tell people, hey, I bought some packages, look, it's getting results. Obviously, people do what you do. But with that being said, I actually know some people who got started with one package who now have like 20 packages in like a couple months because they're referring people, they're getting people under them buying packages, okay? And they're using their earnings to buy more. So that's one way. I want you guys to realize that. Earnings is a way to buy more package. Make sense? So earnings is a way. So I've been sick this week. I have to cough every now and then. All right, so here we go. So product recommendations, obviously the same. If you go Diamond, there's one other caveat. Diamond not only gives you the 16 million tokens, but for you referrers, for you guys who are building, not only does it give you the passive earning, but it also gives you, look at this, 18% on your front line compensation on your tokens. And it also gives you all the way down. And if you do all the, actually, if you click pay plan details in the back office, you get 60% payout versus 35%. Now that's pretty huge, right, Justin? For
unheard of. Unheard of.
And this is on every token package sold in your whole downline. Okay, so you get all these different percentages on different levels. I'm not going to go into the comp plan. You guys can read it right here. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Every level is unlocked with one new frontline that has activated their account, which is 12 packages. Okay, that's how you activate. Now, the cool thing is you don't have to be active in order to make money here. You make money no matter what on your level 1. Okay, like that's unheard of, guys. Like, who has ever joined a network marketing company that doesn't cost any money to join, or you don't have to maintain any product? You know, like that doesn't happen anywhere. So USI is changing the game. You know, it's just crazy. So all of those people in here, they're like, I don't have a penny. Guess what? You make 10% or 10% on everyone you bring in. When you bring in your
10% of a $60,000 diamond sale, I mean, is that $6,000 commission? I just love the fact that it's not pay to play, and every human being has the same potential to make it here in this Bitcoin space.
It's just amazing. I love it. So get the daily compounding. We already talked about that. You all know why, you know, obviously. But as a networker, it's easier to get people to do what you do. It's and I'll just say right now, even if you don't have the money, but you are referring, you still want to set this to 100%. Actually, let me just point this out. This is my new strategy. Everyone doing the referral strategy should come in here right now, click on Rebuy Setup. I've already done it, and set this to 100%. You see I have mine there? But then set this to no. See that? Include unilevel, which is all of your compensation from all of your team, and car bonus. That's all of your car bonus money. You want that set to no. That way you get that. So every networker, everyone in here that wants to do referral strategy, set yours to 100%. So is everybody clear with that? Click on save. And I'm going to show you here why in a minute. So every single one of you, if you are planning to refer people here, set it to 100%. And I'll show you here why in a minute. All right, and then this to no. Make sure you set this to no, or else you won't get paid ever. You'll rebuy everything with every single penny you make. That's not the goal with referral strategy, okay? So the referral strategy is your 100% rebuying with your passive earnings. You guys got it? Just build your account up. You're withdrawing your referral earnings, and I'll talk about that here and how much and stuff here in a minute. Couple other milestones to be aware of. There's our car bonus. So if you guys want to earn the car bonus, you're going to have to rebuy on top of what this is, this 100% rebuy. Okay, so I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But does everybody got theirs set? All of you who are doing referral strategies, go do it right now. Go into your back office. Set this to 100% right now. Okay, and then I'll talk about strategy here in a minute with what to do for the car bonus, okay? Because they're doing the calculations on all that on their end, okay? There's no way to game the system. I thought if you just bought it on the weekends, you know, whatever. But no, they calculate everything, all the algorithm, okay? So here you go. If you hit 2,000 packages in your account, 50% from commissions, 50% from passive, you get a $942 a month car payment. That's a pretty good car payment, right? 5,000 is 1,800 and so forth. So here's the referral rebuy strategy. So everyone, like I said, set yours to 100%. And this is a new updated strategy, by the way. I'm a big strategy guy. You guys see in the background here? where it says it's like a chessboard. I have a chessboard here and a chessboard here. I have chessboards all over the place. I used to have like more all over in my office, but I'm a strategy guy. I like strategy. So when I'm doing a company or I'm building a business, I always look at like, what's the best strategy? Like, how do I maximize the compensation plan? What do I do? And that's just kind of way my brain works. And I try to simplify things as well. Like you need, like, just like chess, right? You want to do things in a simple way and win in the most effective way, right?
And that's why I love Mike. Not many people understand compensation plans as well as him. Everything I've ever been involved in worked with Mike, and he's like the one guy in the company who understands the comp plan really on a deep level on how to maximize it and get to the top with the least amount of work. Like, I would have never figured this stuff out. So without having somebody like Mike who's super analytical and who just dissects numbers, we would, who knows, so appreciate you, Mike.
Yep. So I think strategy, and here's the strategy now. It's actually 100, not 150. I put 150, but I'll change it back to 100. So obviously 100% rebuy from even your earnings. So let's say you're not at 100 packages yet, then you would set this to yes. You guys got that? So if you're not at 100 yet, you set this to yes. Once you get to 100, you set it to no. So everybody clear. But you always leave it here at 100. I just want anyone doing referral, you always leave it at 100. And I've been testing it this week and it's working flawlessly. So I'm excited to share with you this new strategy. Okay. So what does this do? Well, this calculates your passive earnings for you. Like, I was putting it in a spreadsheet. I was like, okay, I have this much Bitcoin. It'll allow me to buy this many packages passively, and I was doing all these calculations and it was complicated as heck. Well, if you set this to 100, it does that for you. Okay. You don't even have to do anything. Like, it just buys how much packages you're supposed to buy to equal 100% rebuy. You guys got that? Now, here's the strategy part. Okay. So you set it to 100% rebuy, include unilevel commission set to no. Then you withdraw your available balance every day. That's the strategy. That's it. Now there's one optional, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. If you want to get the car bonus or you want to grow your packages faster, I'll tell you about that here. But that's it. Like, if you to simplify everything, you set your passive to 100%. Once you hit 100 packages, then you just withdraw everything every night. That's how simple the referral strategy is. You just start referring people, and every night you log in, and you're like, okay, now I don't have as big a balance. This is actually 1.5 today, and I've been doing rebuys for some people, helping people out today, which, don't do all the time, but I helped a bunch of people today. But it did the rebuy for me. Like, it took my balance and it basically said right here, like the 0.8 that I made today, it took that and bought packages with it. So let's go ahead and do the math. Now, the Bitcoin price and value probably changed. So that was about $1,300 I made from passive, right? So what it did is it did this in the background. It took $13.59, divide that by $60. So it should have bought me at least 22 packages today, give or take, because of value changing, right? So my automatic rebuy should have got me 22 packages today. So let's go see what happened. I haven't even checked. So let's see if it worked. All right. Dun, da, da, da. Look at that, guys. Well, bam, it did it.
Right on the button, man. You're good.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it works. It calculated the Bitcoin I have. It bought based on the Bitcoin I have. It didn't buy based on like numbers. It did it based on Bitcoin. And that's what you want in USI Tech. You want your Bitcoin growing. You don't want your packages growing. Because like the old strategy I was teaching people, as I get 10 for every 100, that was based on your packages. We're not earning packages here. We're earning Bitcoin. We want to multiply our Bitcoin. Everybody agree? So we want to rebuy based on our Bitcoin, not our packages. So the packages will change every day. Like, as you can see, this day it was 18, 15, 23, 23, 22. So yesterday the value was a little bit higher when they bought this package, right? Or actually, I made more that day because we made 0.10 yesterday versus today we only made 0.08. So it does all that calculation for us. We don't have to do the calculation. All we have to do is set up our rebuy to 100%. That's it. And then set this to no. And then it didn't take my balance from me for my referrals. And every night I withdraw the entire balance. Okay? Except, here's one exception. If you want to grow your packages a little bit faster, so if you want to hit the car bonus faster or grow your passive income faster, then you manually match what your auto rebuy does I'm actually going to change it each day or week. So you can do it all on Saturday, just see how much it rebought all week and then match it on Saturday. Like just say, okay, it bought me like 100 packages this week, so I'm going to do 100 manually, right? Or you can just go in every day. Like I could go in every day. Like right now, it bought me 22 today, right? So look at this. All I have to do is I can go to rebuy and go 22, accept, purchase.
So basically, it just needs to come out of your referral earnings to count towards the bonus, right?
Yep. So that just did 22 towards the referral. See what I'm saying? See how I did that? So I just matched it. So that'll get me the car bonus no matter what. No matter what. If I just match what my rebuy does automatically every day, and it's fun doing it every day. I like doing that. Like, so I'm thinking every night before I withdraw, I'll do my rebuy for whatever it did that day. So I'll just log in and I'll be like, okay, let's see how many it rebought me today. So I'll be like, okay, it bought me 22 today. So I'll hurry up and do 22, match, and then I'm going to withdraw the rest. That's how I'm going to do my business here on out. So if you want to follow suit with me, do you guys like that strategy? I'm going to match it every day. And now why do I do it every day? Well, think about it. It's like daily compounding, doubling, like double daily compounding. So I'm going to match every day. Like, see how yesterday I did it? 23, 23. And I was a little bit behind on this day, so I did like a couple. But yeah, that's what I'm doing every day from here on out. So Friday, tomorrow will be the last day that I do this. So it'll do it, and I'll just match for that night, and then I'll withdraw the rest. That's how I'm doing it. Or you can just calculate through the whole week, so you can do it all on Saturday if you want. However you want to do it. But the strategy is this. Set your rebuy to 100%. Set this to no. And then every night, right before you withdraw your earnings, match your whatever it did for you. Match it. And you are growing by 200% versus 100%. And you will hit these milestones of the car bonus, the 5,000. And bottom line is I did some numbers here. So like if you bought 5 that week, you would buy 5 more. If you bought 144 that week, you'd buy 144 more that week. Basically, you're doing a true, and this is what's cool about doing it this way, you're doing a true 200% rebuy versus a fake one based on packages the way that I had it before. So again, strategy, I always learn more as I do the business. And this is going to, honestly, all of you who are referring, even you, Justin, this is going to skyrocket your packages because you bought packages at like 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
So like your package, you're probably going to be buying like
a lot,
20 a day or something.
Yeah.
But bottom line is you won't even notice it because every night you're going to withdraw your earnings.
Right.
So it's going to be sweet. So you don't have to do like this big, huge purchase on Saturday. Like I was doing that like a couple times. I'd have to wait like all day Saturday and then like do a whole Bitcoin into packages. I'm like, oh crap, I got to spend a whole Bitcoin.
It hurts sometimes when you're like sending a whole Bitcoin. You're like, oh my God, is that like $90,000 now?
I know, yeah. So this way it's actually less hit on me. It's almost like, okay, I did my rebuy from my passive earnings, so who cares? And now I'm just matching it. It's not that big of a deal. Like, did you guys see my match was only like 0.08 or something? So it's not like a big hit. You know what I mean? It's like 0.07. Like, that's nothing. So I do that 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, I just withdraw. So basically, I love this strategy because every day I'm withdrawing. I'm not saving up anything to buy all my packages on one day. It's just every day I'm withdrawing. And the only days I rebuy are 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And I just look at what they did it for me. and I match it. You guys like that strategy better? What do you guys think? What do you guys like? You guys think it's cool?
Yes. Yes. Love it. Yes.
Confusing?
Yes. I love it. Sounds awesome. Love it. Yes.
All right. So I have a testimonial in here, what this equaled in income, but I blew this out of the water because I put in here, this is like this is on November 15th. I remember I earned 24 Bitcoin in November. And check this out, guys. Like, I've never made this kind of money in my life. I am very grateful, to many people that have helped me. Obviously, God, everyone. I'm just so grateful for this whole opportunity. But check this out. So, like my November withdrawals, and this is not counting rebuys that I did for people, because sometimes I do a rebuy for someone. They send me the cash, and I do a rebuy for someone. So that doesn't show up here, right? For some reason, I don't know why. But so let me open up a spreadsheet and just show you guys. I think there's a new spreadsheet. I want to show you how much Bitcoin I was able to withdraw in November because of USI Tech and because I followed the referral strategy that we just talked about. And it's important that I emphasize that, because that's what we're doing. We're doing the referral strategy. That's what I'm personally doing. Okay. So hold on one second. BTC.
I have to learn how to use this spreadsheet stuff because I manually have to add up all of these numbers and do.
That's funny. So not counting any what do you call it? Rebuys, which I actually did about 3 Bitcoin worth of rebuys. So I'm not even going to put that in the equation. This is 39.9 Bitcoins in November alone. Check that out.
Wow.
November alone. More than $500,000 in November. Withdrawals, not rebuys, withdrawals. I want you guys to get that. Because these are, look at that, withdrawal to wallet. This is not fake money like some people are thinking, out there on the internet. And so far in December, let's go ahead and throw this in our trusty spreadsheet. Or I'll just delete all these so don't mix it up. So the only problem with the spreadsheet is sometimes you got to do this find and replace thing because it has these weird characters in it, like the dash and then the BTC. But I've been doing it a while now that it's just kind of, I do it easy. All right, there we go. So December so far is 7.11, and that's not counting the 1 point. So 8.11. Let's just do 8.11. And it's only 7 days in.
Congrats, bro. That's massive. And my 2 favorite numbers, 11 and 8.
But isn't that crazy, guys? Like, this is not normal income. I just want to throw that out there. Like, this is not normal. In my last company, I referred 2,000 frontline paid members. And who knows how big the downline was. It didn't show us. But bottom line, we had the biggest team in the company, one of the biggest teams at least in the company. And my best month was 72,000, and that was a 1 month. All the other months are 20 to 30,000. I want you guys to get that. So the entire 5 years I was there, $20 to $30,000 a month. 1 month I had 72,000. I have already doubled that in 1 week almost. Right? Doubled that in 1 week here with a team 20 times less. I want that to sink in. 20 times less. So the theme of tonight's webinar was how to be a Bitcoin millionaire in 2018. You have multiple ways to do it. Way number 1, passive. All you have got to do is get the diamond or emerald package. and you are there. Okay, passive. Okay, and 100 packages. That's how you do it passively. How do you do it actively? You get to work, and even if you do a fraction of what I did, like if I go over to my qualifications again, even if you do a fraction of what I did, maybe 25% of what I did, you could be a Bitcoin millionaire next year. Because I am almost to a, $500,000 a month pace. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just did a fraction of that and you were like, maybe like, even, I mean, what's $1 million in a year? Is that like $80,000 a month?
Something like that.
83 probably.
Yeah, 83,000. So basically, all you've got to do is what I did in 3 or 4 days in the entire month. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, you could just divide this by maybe like 10, right? And just focus on that and build those people up. And I want to throw this out. I was talking to a team member, and he was like, "Man, I feel like everybody's already in USI Tech. I don't know if I can do this. Everybody's already in it. He feels like he needs to be like the guy like in first." And I'm like, dude, you can recruit one person here and they buy 100 packages and they buy one a day. That's like having 30 recruits or 22 recruits. Why? Because in a normal MLM, one person buys one product a month. In this MLM, one person buys one product every day. So guess what? It's like having 22 people with one person. And then guess what happens when they get to 200 packages or Bitcoin value doubles? Now they're buying 2 a day. Now you've got one person is now 40 people, right? And what happens when they get to 300 packages or Bitcoin doubles again? Now you've got 66 people. And then 120 people. And then 1,000 people. Did you know there's a guy, look at this, not a guy, girl. Maybe a girl. I don't know. William, guy. Now check this out. This person's going to be buying about one a day, right? These 3 people. But check this out. I helped someone the other day, yesterday actually, to be exact. Look, so shout out to Ahmed in Australia.
Wow, that's a nice buy.
This person bought, and he's on my level 3, right? So I got 3% of that. But bottom line is he bought 1,170 packages. What does that mean? He is buying 11 packages a day. So what is that? So 11 times 22. So it's like having 242 recruits on your team from one guy. In a normal MLM, you would have to have 242 people to equal the income of one person joining the team. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have an infinite amount of people like in other MLMs. All you have to do is help them make more money. Because here's the thing. This person is not buying the 11 per day with new money. He's buying it from his earnings. So he's actually earning more money. So we're helping this person earn more money, which in turn he buys more packages, which pays you more income. And it's like the equivalent of have 242 people on your team from one person. And then next month, guess what? It's going to be more like 300 people. Then next month, it's going to be more like having 500 people. Then one day, this person will be at 10,000 packages, and he will be buying, so 10,000 packages divided by $60. Or wait, sorry, 10,000 packages times $60, $600,000 in his account, 0.01, $6,000 a day divided by 60. So he's going to be buying 100 packages a day for 22 days. So that's like having 2,200 people on your team in another MLM from one person. So do you have to have the entire world, or do you have to be in first? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in first here. You just have to cultivate. You have to help people make more money. You help people make more money here. You make more money. They make more money. Everybody makes more money. And we're all happy. And we're all Bitcoin millionaires in 2018. That's how it works, guys. You don't have to have the world underneath you. So I think that's pretty exciting. I don't know about you, Justin.
Powerful example. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. There's nothing in comparison to what we have here. If you guys understand what we see tonight, let us know in the comments, or if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments down below. I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, I call it right place, right time, and the right industry at the right place at the right time. While Bitcoin is still in its infancy stages, every single one of you have the potential to become millionaires next year. There's no guarantee that you will, because I don't know what you're going to do with this information at the end of the day, but you all have that potential. And we want to see as many people on our team achieve that goal as possible, because our vision is to set families free. I know for 2018, my goal is to help a minimal of 100 people on our team become crypto millionaires. I think we'll blow the number out of the water. I know Mike has a similar vision, freeing 100 families per year. We finally have the right vehicle to turn that into fruition, whereas that's been our vision for the past, since I've known Mike, that's been our vision. But we were never involved at the right place at the right time at this magnitude as we have here with USI Tech.
Yeah, guys, it's just been insane, you know, and it's not just about me, because like I've always been motivated to obviously be successful. You know, everything that I've done, you know, even when I worked at Walmart, I would go and I tried to be my best. Like we were on production and we worked hard, and I didn't get any extra money to do that. But, you know, there was like this record, like 10,000 shoes packed in an hour or something. So I decided one day, I was packing all these shoes. And I'm like, okay, you guys go on the other side. I'm going to do this whole lane by myself. And you get in trouble if you don't keep up, right? So like these lights start blinking, you get in trouble. So I had to keep up this whole entire lane, and I kept it up, and I ended up beating that record in Walmart distribution of every Walmart in the planet. I beat the record of most shoes packed in an hour. And that's just like my personality. I just want to win. I want to be successful. But when I got into home-based business, I was the same way. I want to win. I want to be successful. But then it got to this point where I was like, now I want others to win like I've won. So I've been figuring out, and I've been trying my best and doing daily lives and doing Facebook groups. And you know, I used to do a webinar every day for the last team I was in. You know, I would do things so that I can help you do that, because I'm motivated to do that. Like that's one of my motivations, is to have something that everybody wins and something that you guys can do. So that's my motivation. And guess what? I'm going to make it happen. You know, I'm going to make it happen. That's my motivation. And what's cool is we finally found that vehicle that can do it, because you guys you guys realize I just showed you 2 ways to be a Bitcoin millionaire, and one of them recruiting and one of them not. You could never have that opportunity anywhere else. Like, I don't know of any other opportunity where you can drop some money into it and next year potentially be a millionaire. You can't. It doesn't exist. And with all the probability factors that I talked about, the probability of this working is higher than the probability of it not. And that's what excites me. That's what excites me, because I know you guys are in the right place at the right time. And there's going to be haters. There's going to be people saying that's a Ponzi. There's going to be people that will not change their mind no matter what you say, no matter what argument you put in front of them. We can be on the blockchain. We could be showing them our hedge fund and all the trading, and they will find another way to say 1% is not sustainable. You know, it doesn't matter. They may be trading, they may be mining, but they're not using all of it for their
right. Even if we discovered Satoshi Nakamoto and he endorsed USI, and you know, they'd still be like, "There's no way."
Exactly. Like he literally, like, you know, just kind of like Donald Trump, right? 50% of people hate him, 50% of people love him, right? Whether you like him or not, it's just going to happen. There's going to be people who hate them, people who love them. I mean, literally, Robert Kiyosaki can come in tomorrow and say USI Tech is the greatest investment in the world, and guess what? People would deny it. So I want to just throw a challenge out there. Justin Varengia and myself are saying trust USI Tech with us. We're in the same boat you are. Our reputations are on the line. You know, I am going to get forever criticized that I promoted a Ponzi scheme if USI Tech goes out of business. You don't think that that's on my mind? You know what I mean? Like, I will be more hurt than you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of reputation on the line. The same with Justin. We have a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, will we move on? Will we continue to move forward if that ends up happening or whatever? Of course we will. We're entrepreneurs. That's what entrepreneurs do. We take the risk versus the reward. We weigh all of our options. We don't just say 1% a day, that's unsustainable. 1% a day, that's unsustainable. That's not what a real entrepreneur does. A real entrepreneur does, okay, 1% a day, how are they doing that? What's the probability that that's true? And then they weigh all the options, and then they tell you, okay, I recommend this. I weigh all the options. I don't go by one fact and one fact only. I go by all the facts and all the research I've done. I've met the owners on multiple occasions. I met all three of the founders in Spain. We were on a boat ride together. You know, we hung out. We had dinner. Like, it was awesome. You know, they were real people. They weren't hiding behind a website. They're here to stay. They're here to stay. And I'm excited about it. So I put my 100% recommendation on USI Tech. This is our number one vehicle. Do we have other diversifications? Sure. It's not always good to have everything in one basket. Like, I have Monero, I have Dash, I have Zcash, I have Litecoin. You know, I have all these different cryptocurrencies. I'm putting money into it. You know, I have even BitConnect coin, right? I have like all these different investments going. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. But as far as a crypto Bitcoin multiplier, this is the only one I recommend. Bitcoin, like, I gotta emphasize that Bitcoin multiplier, because that's what it's doing. It multiplies your Bitcoin. This is the only one I recommend at the moment. And it's the one that we feel the most confident about. And if you can either A, trust our recommendation, B, trust the probabilities that I talked about today, that it's a legit business, or C, go somewhere else and work harder. Okay? That's all you've got. That's all you've got. And C and D, you can just stick with us, trust us, make this happen, do the passive strategy and the referral strategy. I'm doing all of it. Like, guys, this is my goal, just so you guys know. I'm going to max out the packages at 10,000. I've got a diamond package, so I'm all in. I'm going to max the packages at 10,000. I'm going to set it to 60%. So that's the passive strategy, right? So I'm doing the passive strategy. I'm also doing the diamond, which I've already done. We've done a diamond and a ruby, right? And guess what? I'm referring too. So guess what? My income potential is going to be. My income potential is 2.5 per day Bitcoin. Okay, and I can show you my screen one last time. I think this is important. So what is the networker's income potential here? 75 Bitcoin a month. We've already done the math. So my my monthly potential is 1.2 million a month from referral. Add 53,000 a month for passive, so that's 1.3 million. So I have a $1.3 million a month income potential in USI Tech from the referral side. And then the tokens are on top of this. This is my max potential for Bitcoin, and my token potential is unlimited. So I'm going all in, guys. I'm all in. I'm going to hit 10,000 packages, and then I'm going to switch it. You know what's cool when I hit 10,000, guys? Check this out. When I hit 10,000, I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go rebuy, and I'm going to click this to 60%, just like this. I'm going to click no, save setting, and I will never have to buy a package again. How cool is that? Everything is withdrawn at that point. Everything in this available balance, all of my 40% plus my 100% of my referral earnings. I don't have to match anything. I don't have to do anything. I just set it and forget it, and I'll be making passive income for life. And you couldn't get any better than that. So that's my strategy. I'm going all in. I'm going to get mine to 10,000 packages. I'm going to build this to the moon, and we're going to help you guys along the way. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Justin.
Powerful, my brother. I think what we can do now, before we start answering all the questions, is let's talk about the token packages, because it's a very special time right now. I think there's like close to 70 million token sales, and once that hits 125, the first bonus is gone forever. So I think it's important, if you don't mind, Mike, if you can show your screen and break down what that means, the urgency behind it, and all that good stuff, because we're getting a lot of questions regarding those token packages.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So 1 second, though, before I do that, if you can maybe share your perspective on token. I need to go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
That's funny. Like I've gone to the bathroom 3 or 4 times since Mike has been talking. I usually just turn my camera off and go, and I got to go again. So I'm like waiting for Mike to get back so I can relieve myself and go to the bathroom. I drink a lot of water, as you can tell. I know Mike does. Mike does. But yeah, so I purchased the Diamond token package. I also purchased the Ruby. So I am fully all in, just like a lot of you here watching this right now, just like Mike Hobbs. I have a roughly now, though I only started with 100 BTC packages, which is like a $6,000 investment, I now have about $100,000 worth of Bitcoin vested from my Bitcoin savings that I've earned back into USI. And the reason for that is I believe in this company. The ICO, as Mike pointed out earlier, it's like owning stock in Apple back when Steve Jobs was like with Steve Wozniak putting computers together in the garage. I believe in this company. I do believe it's going to be a top 10 cryptocurrency. One of the reasons I believe that to my core, there's already over 500,000 active affiliates that are happy. I should say the majority of all of them should be happy because all of them are earning money. If you have a BTC package, you have earned money, right? So everybody's winning. When I joined a couple months ago, there was 300,000 active affiliates. The owners predict by January or March or whenever the ICO goes live, they predict there's a very good potential to be over 1 million active affiliates. And if you have 1 million active people pushing this ICO and buying tokens because it's the technology which represents the company, and it's a technology that every single cryptocurrency needs to cut down their electricity costs, and ultimately using this to save 95% on mining costs, which is currently the largest expense associated with mining cryptocurrency. And if you start to factor all this stuff together, I'm like, oh my God, like this is truly going to become a top 10 crypto. Also, the consultant team behind the launch of Ethereum are the same people launching this token. And Ethereum is currently the second largest market cap of any cryptocurrency, right under Bitcoin. Do you want to go there? I'm going to run to the bathroom. And yeah, I was just pointing that out. I mean,
yep. And yeah. So like, this is crazy, guys. So Ethereum is obviously the number 2 coin on the whole entire market cap. So we're not having like obviously Ethereum representing USI Tech. That's not what we're talking about. But what we're talking about is the people who launched the ICO of Ethereum. They are the consultants. You guys see my screen, everybody? Just real quick. All right, cool. So they are the consultants to USI. So USI didn't just come into this ICO launch like, hey, let's launch our own coin for the fun of it, right? Let's just launch. No, they hired the best people. So they hired the best people. They've launched Ethereum successfully, and they've had 16 other ICOs that have gone successful. So is everybody clear on that? So they didn't just launch this ICO out of thin air, okay? They actually have real people behind the ICO. Obviously, the ICO also includes Evan Ahern, he came on board. And can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure. Just go ahead and type in the chat. I'm not seeing any feedback. Okay, good. I think we see some. Okay, cool. All right, so we have Evan Ahern. This is the guy that came out on the head of product development. Remember we talked about him just recently? Well, this is the guy who has the money. Okay, he's the money guy, right? He has created the different technologies. They've had patents on them. They've revealed 2 of the 8. Like if you go over to our referral strategy here, you notice right here I put 8 different technologies. They've actually announced that they're going to have 8 different technologies to help people in the mining and crypto space. Okay, so 2 of them have been revealed to us so far. The rest of them will be revealed, when they launch the ICO. Okay, so bottom line is they have a guy who has made 50 different businesses successful. He has technology that he's bringing to the table. He's bringing that to he's bringing that to USI Tech. And one of them technologies is a power generator that powers 6 different racks, so you don't have to use any electricity. The second one is a cooling system that cools down the equipment and then recycles the heat and repowers the cooling equipment. So they can cool and power the entire facility, and all they have to do is invest in those prototypes that he has created and save them literally 90% of all the costs of mining. Now, remember when I talked about John McAfee, where he said it costs $1,000 to create $5,000 worth of Bitcoin? Well, guess what? Imagine if you can eliminate 90% of the cost that costs to create that Bitcoin. Do you think you'll be a little bit more profitable and you can take those revenues and pay it back to the affiliates, or even make the company sustain longer and be able to pay out these returns long term? Think about that. Is it more possible when you save on costs? If it's almost like you save a penny, or well, what's that? A penny gained is a penny earned, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, like if that's relevant here. But bottom line is, if you do that, if you save the company money mining, you can pass that on as returns to the field. So that just goes in the whole revenue stream. So that's what's cool about this technology. And when people ask me, what's so special about our coin? Well, the coin is USI Tech. You guys get that? The coin, let me know if you get that in the comments. The coin is USI Tech. It's not like one or the other. They're not launching a separate coin. It's one and the same. USI Tech is the coin. The coin is USI Tech. You guys got it? All right. Looks like you guys got it. So with that being said, if that's true, and then Evan's coming on board and he's going to help everybody in the crypto marketing space with these 8 different technologies, well, guess what that means? Do you think that the value of the coin is going to go up if you can help people in Bitcoin mine, if you can help people save money on Ethereum mining and all these different things? Well, even if it becomes a top 10 coin, it's going to be worth $3 on CoinMarketCap. That is their target for their first year. So if it happens, guess what? You guys are all, those of you who position yourself correctly. So right here, diamond package, 3.548 Bitcoin. You will get 100,000 tokens to start, and that will double every time a bonus hits. And the first bonus is going to hit. Let me just show you real quick. The first bonus is going to hit when it hits 125 million. Okay, and yes, you can buy more than one package. The only thing is you got to make sure you're, like, I'm just going to be honest, the diamond package is kind of the urgent one right now. Okay, the diamond package is very, very urgent. Okay, so, and here's why. Because the fourth bonus is worth 800,000 tokens. So do you guys see, like, so for example, if you buy the diamond package after the 125 million, it's like losing $800,000 even if it gets to $1. It's like losing. What is 800,000 times 3? 800 times 3. If it gets to $3, which is their target, it's like losing $2.4 million. Do you guys get how urgent that is? So you can lose anywhere from 800,000 to $2.4 million if you wait till this is over 125 million tokens sold. And then when it hits 125 million, things are going to start to snowball, because here's what's going to happen. It's going to snowball because all of our coins are doubling, which will go into the circulating supply. So bottom line is I have 120,000 tokens that are going to double. Okay, so my 120,000 tokens, 120,000 is going to be inserted into this number, not including everybody else's diamond packages and emerald packages and gold packages and ruby packages. Literally everybody's packages are going to double. And I bet you as soon as this hits 125 million, it's probably going to be like 200 million right the next day.
Wow. And this is something I didn't even comprehend before, but that makes total sense because that's all included in the total tokens sold when people get paid these bonuses and the doubling of the tokens. Holy cow.
Yep. It's going to snowball once it hits 125. So right now is the biggest opportunity. You're not going to have like, once it hits 125, guys, it's going to snowball. Because then once it hits 250, then it does it again. You guys get that? We double again, and all those new tokens get put back in. So every time we hit a new bonus, all of our tokens double. So we hit that next one faster. So when we hit 250 million, it's going to double even. It's going to snowball even faster because we have double the coins. See what I'm saying? So every time the bonus doubles us, it gets closer to that 500 million faster. And I honestly believe once we hit 125 million, it'll probably be about a month or two before we go live.
Wow.
So,
if you were a betting man, what would be the time frame you think that can potentially happen?
So if I were a betting man, I would say worst, like right now we've been looking at it. It's been, I don't know. I'd say 1.5 to 2 million a day is kind of what I've been looking at. It's been going. So let's just do 125 minus 67. We're looking at 58 million left. Divide that by 2 million a day. We're looking at another 30 days. So maybe the beginning of next year. And because of Christmas might slow down a little bit or whatever. So we're looking probably mid-January at the latest for these tokens to hit 125. That's my guess. That's my guess right now when the tokens will go live. Now, what does that mean? That means maybe 60 days from that point, we might go live on the market. So we're looking January, February, March. So that's right on target. Like they said April or May. I'm thinking March. I think we'll actually hit it early, personally.
Awesome, man. Who's excited to get their bonus tokens when we hit 125 million? Let me know in the chat right now.
And I'll just be honest. Like if I were just brand new and I was like, what do I do? Right? I'm kind of a risk taker type of person. I would find a loan. I would find some kind of way to get it because I know in my brain I would be like, worst case scenario is I'd be stuck with this loan for the next 10 years. Best case scenario, I'd make $4.8 million and don't ever have to work again and retire wealthy. You know what I mean? Like you weigh the options. It's like 10 years of debt or never work again, never have a job, everything paid off. I'm going to stay in the middle and do nothing. Yeah, okay, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, there's three options. It's like either stay the way you're doing right now. If you're happy with where you're at right now, keep doing it. Or have the option of getting 10 years in debt or the option of winning your freedom. having millions of dollars in your Bitcoin wallet and living a crypto millionaire lifestyle, right? And that is a reality, guys. And I'm going to be honest, the probability, I'm talking about that a lot, of it going the positive is a lot higher than the negative. I would say a lot, like probably 90%. You know, there's that 10% chance you'll be stuck with this loan for 10 years. You know, but in my brain, I'm looking at this risk reward, and I'll be honest, I've never told anyone to go in debt for anything. Like, that's not my style. You know, I don't like, I don't like that, you know, with other companies, because it's like, I know if they go buy a $20,000 course or a $40,000 course that potentially teaches them marketing so that they can go out there and sell things and make that money back, I'd feel bad if that person got that course. But here, I feel great that they got the diamond package because they're setting themselves up for success. And that's my recommendation. In my mind, the probability is 90+% it's going to be successful. Maybe even higher. Like I actually think it's going to be successful. So I don't think there's even a percent. You know, it's like all or none for me. I'm not like one of those percentage people, but I guess if you were to put a percentage, you know, it would be 90+%, but I'm not even going to put a percent, because I'll be honest, it's either all in or not in for me. It's like, I either believe the company is real or I don't. I either think the diamond package is going to be successful or I don't. If I didn't think the diamond package was going to be successful, I probably would have stayed with the ruby. I'll be honest, that's what we bought first. Me and Justin both bought ruby. I would have been happy at ruby if I didn't think it was going to be successful. But because I know it's going to be successful, I got the diamond. Because I know the BTC packages are successful, I'm going to compound my account 200% until it hits 10,000. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's my mindset. I'm all in this. I'm all in. And if you guys are all in, let me know in the comments as well. Are you like me? Or what is your goals? Let me know your goals. You don't have to, like, here's the thing. You don't have to be a diamond to please us. You should be a diamond to please you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your financial situation, not mine. Like, what will it do for you? It's not going to do anything for me. I mean, obviously, we might get a commission, but we get a commission anyway. You know what I mean? I already make enough commissions. I don't need any more commissions. It's your turn. You know what I mean? What's the probability for you? What is your goals? And look, there's a lot of people all in. So if you guys are going to do whatever it takes to hit diamond before the 125, let me know in the chat. If not, who's going to get the highest they can afford and 100 packages and roll with us in 2018?
Tony says me. Jamila says that's my goal. Manika says absolutely. Lisa Strick says me. No doubt. DJ says, and the chat's just blowing up. I can't keep up. But diamond like Pokemon, whatever that means. Going diamond like Pokemon. Yes. Carl says I'm all in. Stephanie says I'm aiming for that. Go high or go home. Working on it. All in or go home. Getting the gold package and 100 packages. Going diamond all the way. My goal, bring it. Rolling with helping others also. Absolutely. Mike Haley says, I just bought the ruby last night. Congratulations, Mike. Very excited for you, brother. Kathleen says, I meet you guys at the party. Yes, we invite you to our party, our Bitcoin millionaire party. Timothy says, just bought 7 more packages. Philip says, I totally agree. Irene says, I have gold and we'll get to 5,000 packages. Melody says, yes. Elvira says, I cannot wait to meet you guys. Can't wait to meet you, Elvira. Congrats on going ruby as well. Martin says gold in 2018. Darla says all the way, baby. Have 233 packages and a ruby. I'm getting there. Absolutely. You're crushing it. Linda says first goal is 100 packages. Corey says this good stuff. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I mean, what we can do now, Mike, if you're open for it, we can maybe just do some Q&A and just answer everyone's questions best we could. I'm sure. How many people are on the line still? Is it still packed?
Yeah, it's we have close to 300 on the Zoom, and then I'm pretty sure there's a bunch on the Facebook group. So,
oh, epic. Yeah, man. So if anyone has particular questions, someone says, when does Forex come out? The Forex product.
Okay, so good question. So they're still going through the legalities of everything because, again, it's a trading product. You know what I'm saying? So if they're trading for you, they got to go through all the legal stuff to make sure that they could show trading proof and all that stuff. So they are working on that right now. As soon as they have the golden green light, then guess what? We're going to have Bitcoin packages, or the equivalent of a Bitcoin package in a trading package, but they said the returns will be paid out faster. So you might get your 140% within 60 days versus 140 days. You know what I'm saying? So that's what their goal is with the Forex package. Now, keep in mind that the Forex is fiat. Okay? So again, you got to remember, it's a diversification, but it's not the primary. So what I would recommend on the Forex is just like take some Bitcoin earnings once you've maxed out the Bitcoin plan, or at least get to a good point, and then maybe put 100 packages over there and let that compound up too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to have like all your money in that one. I would put more money in BTC packages and then get that one to like daily compounding, just like you have BTC, and then just let that roll up and then max that one out too. Like eventually, in my opinion, Nate was actually, he actually asked me this question, like what's the likelihood of USI being around 20 years? And I was like, well, as long as they continue to innovate products and stay up to date with what's working now, then they'll stay around forever. Because think about it, like fiat is going to be around forever. So the fact that they're putting the Forex product is good because it allows people to multiply their paper money, right? And right now, I mean, obviously that could go away, but also Bitcoin, obviously we don't know the future. We all believe it's going to continue to go. I don't think anything is going to stop it, but I guess we don't have like a crystal ball. So what's cool is if they diversify, so they have their own coin, they've got Bitcoin, and now they've got fiat. They've kind of got basically 3 different products that literally could sustain for 20 years, right? And as long as they stay up to date, let's say 10 years from now, maybe nobody wants Bitcoin anymore. What if people want Dash? I'm pretty sure USI will probably have a Dash package. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that they think, they innovate. And that's what we're going to do. I think they do that. Like the way that Horst is, I think that's what they're going to do. So I think it could last forever.
Awesome. Tanya says, is there a replay? We're still live, so not yet, but there will be. And we'll make sure everyone on the team gets access. I know I'll be emailing my personal team. I'm sure Mike will. We'll create some resources. It's going to be in the Facebook group for you to plug your team, tag your team. If you see this in a Facebook group and your team members are in the group, make sure they see this so they can get the information.
Okay, I see one in the Facebook thread here. What's the best way to start with 5,000 packages and tokens combined? So good question. So $5,000, I would do the gold token and the rest packages. And then just work your butt off to get referrals. That's what I would do. Because that's not enough for passive to be a millionaire in passive. So you're going to want to refer and work your butt off there. And so yeah, if you only have 5,000 to your name, either A, figure out a way to get more capital and get the diamond plus 100, or B, get your gold and your packages and then work your butt off to get to 100 packages from referrals.
Awesome. And yeah, gold package is roughly 3,000 and then you'd get 2,000 in BTC packages. Gene Gagnon says, my sponsor's Vitali. Am I on your guys' team? Yes, because Mike Hobbs is Vitali's sponsor. How cool is that? So the genealogy here, it's like Frankie Calabro sponsored Mike Hobbs sponsored Vitali sponsored Justin and Dee Varengia. So we're all a part of the same team.
And Esther, here's a question about, talked about the rebuy option setting to no. Is that only if you have 100 packages? Right. Yes. If you have under 100 packages, you want all your referral earnings and passive earnings rebuying. So you would set that option to yes. The only time you set it to no is if you are you're referring people and you're over 100. If you're over 100, you're a daily compounding, and you can refer all of your referral earnings from there on out until you die. You don't ever have to put a referral earning into USI Tech again at that point. But if you want to follow what we do, we match what our rebuy is, and we actually put a little bit extra in so that we get to a 10,000 faster, and we also get to the car bonus.
Awesome. Cindy Baranyai has a great question. Can I become a millionaire with 2 Ruby packages? Is that possible? And with 248 BTC packages?
Okay, so 2 Ruby packages would get you 160,000 tokens. 160,000. So if it hit $3 times $3, you would be about a half a millionaire, which is great. If it gets to $5 or $10, then you will be a millionaire. But you guys get what I'm saying? Like, so I like to go by 1 year. I don't like to go by like 2 or 3 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? So their projected first year is about $3. So I would say you'd be half a millionaire if you got 2 rubies, which is fine. That's great. But if you want to be more like in the million zone, probably emerald or diamond.
Awesome. Shout out to Gus Gassis and his brother. I know they both went diamond, so I'm excited for you. His feedback is USI is innovative and amazing. You guys are amazing. Go Bitcoin up.
If you have a gold package, you can add money to the purchase higher pack. No, you have to buy it separately. That's one thing that we did. We bought the ruby, but we had to buy the diamond on top of the ruby. So it cost us 70 grand versus 50 or 60. What's the best way to take out some funds in USI Tech? Should I put it in a bank? Well, it depends. If you need the money to live, you can withdraw it to your bank, like with the BitPay debit card. Just load the card with money and then use your card, like cash, because that's Bitcoin's meant to be a merchant type of thing as well. So you can do that. You can put it in like Kraken and withdraw it to your bank account, or Uphold and withdraw it to your bank account. Uphold's really low fees for withdrawing to your bank. So you just throw it in Uphold, withdraw it to your bank. That's another way, less than 1% fees, I believe, to do that. I think there's other ways. I don't think Coinbase has a withdrawal to bank option. I think it's just the PayPal, which I don't like PayPal. But there's some that withdraw to your bank. But bottom line is, if you want to get it to your bank, you can get it to your bank. We have it in the training. There's exchanges we recommend. I have it all listed out in their Facebook groups and trainings. You can withdraw it to cash if you need to, but I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Unless you're using it for a good purpose, like a really good purpose, you just leave it in your Bitcoin wallet so it gains value. Because like if I withdraw everything, you don't gain any value from your Bitcoin. Like when Bitcoin shot up $2,000 yesterday, how much a raise did you get, Justin, because you left it in Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, for every 1,000 it goes up, I have like 50 Bitcoins in my wallet or something like that. So every time it goes up 1,000, like from 11,000 to 12,000, that's $50,000 increased net worth. So within the last 5 days, it went from 11,000 to like 19,000. So I don't even know how to do the math anymore. All I know is I'm a crypto millionaire, which is very exciting, Some other questions. Darla has a good question that caught my eye here. Darla says, are they being conservative estimating $3 even with all USI technologies?
Yeah, I actually am. That's why I didn't want to hype this webinar up. I am being conservative. I would say even expect $1 to $3. You know what I'm saying? But even 1 to 3 would make us all Bitcoin millionaires. Isn't that crazy? It's like just even that is Bitcoin millionaires. Now, can it go up higher? It can. Obviously, the more people that like the coin, the more miners start using our technology, it just raises the value of USI Tech as a company. And the more awareness that we get that this is real, that just raises the value of the company. So, and then we have a million, we'll have 1 million reps behind the company too, all back in the coin. So the likelihood of this going past, $5, $10, maybe even up to $100 one day, very likely. I just want to be real with you guys, and I don't want to overhype something and you get disappointed later. But we did want to share with you how to become millionaires in 2018, and you definitely can, even at $1 to $3.
Yeah, and a great example of what's possible, BitConnect launched their ICO January of this year at 16 cents. Today, it's over $400. It's also direct marketing model. But when they launched their coin, their network of buyers was a lot smaller than USI is currently at. So there's a lot of potential for this to go to the moon. But when we give projections of what's possible for the future, if it even hit $1, that's a massive ROI. If it hit $3, everyone is going to be celebrating. So we don't have to, what if it hits 1,000, or, what if it hits this and that? We're going to win at the end of the day. John Ford has a good question. Shout out to John. Currently has 1,300 packages.
Nice.
Total massive action taker. He says he noticed that when the Bitcoin and LTV price goes up, the daily pay goes down. Why is that? How come? What is the LTV? I don't even know. What does that mean? Loan to value?
Well, hold on. Let me share the screen. Your daily pay is not based on the value of Bitcoin. So I want you guys to really realize that. And if you're not seeing your total earnings inside so if you click here, if you're not seeing your total earnings, what you've earned from yesterday is right here, return on BTC packages. This is what you've earned that day. If you do not reflect this in your available balance, it's because you have your rebuy settings on, and it holds your money in. I actually had someone say, I'm not getting paid my returns. And I'm like, go check your rebuy settings. And they had some rebuy settings set up. So it holds that money, and then it uses it to buy packages when there's enough. It doesn't show up ever in your available balance. So if you're not seeing the daily rate of returns show up here, check your rebuy settings. But I recommend everybody leave it at 100, especially if you're referring, right? And just withdraw your referral earnings. So only your referral earnings will show up here. If you have it at 100, like me, I'll never see my passive earnings show up right here, okay? As the way that I have it set up. So don't expect it to show up there, okay? If you're referring and you have it set up the way that I have it set up. Now, with that being said, the date of daily return is not based on what Bitcoin price is. That your daily return is based on Bitcoin you have in the system, okay? It's not based on the price of Bitcoin. So for example, this package has this much Bitcoin. So if I go over to a calculator, it has $1,600 worth of Bitcoin. I earn 1% on this. You guys got that? Not this. Okay? You get 1% of this, not this. Okay? So with that being said, you can see what percent you get. So if I click view, daily payout, I got 0.76 off, and that was this much. So yesterday, I earned $12.66. Not 1%. So I didn't earn 1%. Does that make sense? So not every day you earn 1%. So if you see it fluctuating, that's normal. So look down here. This package, I made 0.79 that day, 0.87, so not 1%. This day I earned over 1%, 1.01. You guys see the difference there? So this day I made more money. So this day I made $18.75 on that one package. And then the next day, I made 14. You guys see the difference? So yes, my income fluctuates because the package earned less. All of my packages. So all of my packages earned less money today. And tomorrow it'll be a different percentage too. So that's why it fluctuates. It doesn't fluctuate based on Bitcoin price. It fluctuates based on how much Bitcoin you have in here and what percent you got paid that day. So
awesome. Thank you, Mike. An excellent question, John. Jason Asher says, going diamond seems like the way to go to also, because of the 18% and 5% overrides on levels 2 to 9, if you plan on using a referral strategy, you make so much more money from your team package buys. That's an excellent point that you pointed out, Jason. That's absolutely correct. If you're building this and focused on the networking side, the referral side, you also want to buy a package, a token package, not just for the investment. Obviously, that's the product. The investment will position you to become a crypto millionaire, but you can also start earning more money right now. Like, for example, do you mind clicking on commissions and then clicking on your token packages? I want to show them the potential of what's possible. So it should show you your total token sales up top. So for example, Mike's getting paid, is it 18% or 18? Yeah, 18% first level, and then he's earning income 12 levels deep. Because he is a diamond, he's getting paid at the highest possible percentage. If he wasn't a diamond, he would get 10% versus 18% on the first level, and only 30% versus 60 plus percent on 12 levels. So I thought that was important to point out.
yeah, and there is a question here. So do we get paid every time a referral's purchased? And that's the beauty of USI. You get paid every single time one of your referrals purchases, every day. Like, so it's not just the initial purchase. Like in most companies, you get a one-time payment and maybe once a month payment. Here, every day you get something from your one person. Like that's why there's so many people making income here, because in other MLMs, like think about it. Like I have this ketones MLM that I buy, and I bought $400 worth of ketones that last me about 60 days. Well, am I going to buy that tomorrow again? No. Am I going to buy that the next day? No. Am I going to buy that the next day? No. But in USI Tech, that's what happens. People buy like $400 worth of product every day. Like it doesn't matter what MLM you're in. Like, could you imagine if you were in that ketones company and you had a person on your team buy $400 worth a day worth of ketones and just downed it every day, they would probably die after a month and you would lose your residual income, right? Or maybe even after a day, they would die. Here, they'd actually live and make money every day. So that's the difference. But bottom line is you buy a lot of product. Your team buys a lot of product here. That's why these incomes are possible, because the team buys a lot of product, and that's the key. And they're buying it from new money, not, or they're buying it from earnings, not new money. Pretty cool.
Super awesome. Let's just do one more question, maybe two, if you have one inside of your Facebook group as well, Mike. Christy had a great question. When I want to build my available balance, I should say yes, include unilevel and car bonus in rebuy. She's asking if she should. Let us know how many packages you currently have, Christy. We should be able to answer that. 108. So if she wants the car bonus, should she have that marked as yes? Well, ultimately, if you have yes, it's going to take it from it's going to include your referral earnings. If you have that on no, it's only going to take it from the investment side, or I should say the BTC package commission side.
Yeah, so for you, if you follow, again, you don't have to follow mine. You can do your own strategy. We're not taking anything away from you. But the strategy I'm doing and I'm recommending is you have 108. I would set it to no right now. Okay, so set it to no. You do 100% still. Set it to no on that drop down. and then you look before you withdraw that night. You look at how many packages it rebought for you. So you go to your package status. If it bought, like, let's say it bought one package for you, right? Then you would manually rebuy one package from your referral earnings. You guys see what I'm saying? So if it bought one for you, you would manually rebuy one, matching what it did. If it bought two, you would buy two. If it bought three, you would buy three. Like today, mine bought 22, so I bought 22 manually. And then you withdraw the rest. So every night, right before I withdraw, I'm going to see, okay, it bought me 30 packages today. I'm going to rebuy 30, and I'm going to withdraw the rest. That's how I'm going to do it. That'll get everyone 100% to the car bonus, because there's no way you won't hit the car bonus because you are rebuying with 50% of your earnings. Does that make sense? So
crystal clear, man. If you want to grab one last question and we'll put a bow on it.
All right, so let's see. Okay, now we are millionaires. That's great thinking, Denise. How should we treat Uncle Sam? What is the best way to manage our money? So obviously this is going to be answered differently. I mean, honestly, if you go to your accountant and you're like, I'm in USI Tech and they're doing this and they're doing that, they're paying me a return and I'm rebuying, and you try to explain USI Tech, they're going to give you all these analytical things on like, well, you can't write off the rebuy, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you're going to get all these different answers from all these different accountants. My advice to you is don't tell anyone about USI Tech as far as accounting goes. Like, don't do your accounting from USI Tech unless USI Tech sends a 1099 to you, which they don't yet. Don't even show people USI Tech, okay? What you should do is tell your accountant, okay, I've got Bitcoin from a company I am earning Bitcoin from, so they're paying me in Bitcoin. Okay? This will not confuse your accountant. If you try to tell them about the 1% a day and all this crap, you're going to confuse the crap out of everybody in the world. Don't do that. They are paying you an income. Just that's it. Bottom line, hands down, their income, you're getting an income from USI Tech. Does everybody agree with that? You are making an income from USI Tech. Okay? You're making an income. So don't confuse your tax professional with all this 1% a day stuff. Okay? You're not making 1% a day. They're paying you Bitcoin as income. Got it? So tell your accountant, I've got this Bitcoin. When I'm ready to withdraw, I'm getting paid this Bitcoin from my company. They're paying me in Bitcoin as income. When I start withdrawing this, ask them how you want to handle the taxes at that point. My accountant told me when I receive the Bitcoin in my wallet, I should jot down, and you don't have to do this, it's just what I'm doing. This is what he told me. He says I should jot down the price it was at when it hit my wallet. Okay? And this might be really hard to keep track of, by the way. But if you want to do it, 100% proper, jot down the price at that point. If you want to save money. If you don't want to save money, just pay taxes on everything if you want. But if you want to save on taxes, this is what will happen. So you jot it down once it hits your wallet. Every time it hits your wallet, jot it down. What the value was, how much Bitcoin and what the value was, right? If you hold on to it for more than a year at that point, and then you withdraw it, you will save a lot of money on taxes. Because all of the gain will be less taxed than the income. You'll only get taxed as income when it hit your wallet, whatever that day's price was. You're only getting taxed as income for that day if you jot it down. Like, so if you get one Bitcoin in your wallet and it was worth $2,000, then your income is $2,000. Does that make sense? You pay taxes on $2,000 for income. The gain is taxed as capital gains, and if you keep it for a year or more, guess what? You pay less taxes than income. So that's what my accountant just off the phone the other day recommended me to do. When I get my money from my company, jot down how much Bitcoin I got, what the price is, and if I hold on to the Bitcoin longer, any of the gain, I'll be less taxed. It'll pay less tax on. So you won't get hammered with taxes, at the current market value. Like, could you imagine if you didn't keep track of any of that, like, and you got hammered with, current market value income tax? Like, that'd suck. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want that to happen. So if you guys are all concerned about that, don't confuse your Bitcoin or don't confuse your accountant. You're getting paid income from USI Tech. Jot down how much income you made that day, and that's it. So like one Bitcoin that I'm getting today would be worth 16 grand or whatever, and that's the income today, right? So anyway, that's just my advice there. Obviously, I'm not a tax professional. This is just what my accountant told me to do as far as Bitcoin taxation. You guys can figure it out on your own if you'd like, but that's what he told me.
Awesome, man. I just learned so much from you, as I always do. So I appreciate you coming out here and dedicating almost 3 hours to just dissecting these $1 million strategies. Or I should say, like, $1 million not even sexy to me no more, but to be a crypto millionaire is damn sexy to me. So I appreciate each and every one of you for attending this, or if you're watching the replay right now, if you got value out of this, show Mike some love. Drop him some hearts or love or likes or whatever. Tag your team below this. I've noticed the key to my success, and I can probably speak on behalf of Mike, is plugging the team, plugging in the referrals that we bring in to information like this. If you sign somebody up and you just expect them to go out of their way to find the information, your team is going to be stagnant. But if you cultivate your team by delivering the information, if I do a Facebook Live, or if Mike has we do a webinar like this, we expect you not only to show up, but more importantly, to make sure your team is aware of where they need to be, because we cannot do it for you. For example, we have the power to go in our USI back office and download our personal sponsored members, but we can't email the entire date. They don't give you the information to protect privacy from levels down. So it's up to you to send this information out. So when we make this available via a replay, do everything in your power, to get people here. And if you're a part of the Facebook group, of course, tag them in here when you see it uploaded in the group. If you're watching the replay right now, you can just comment right below, tag all your team members. That's what my team is doing, and we're duplicating like crazy. I've never seen this level of duplication. How about you, Mike? You've been in network marketing for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, no one ever duplicates, and it's like less than 10%. In any team that I've been a part of, and it's not because we didn't try. I mean, we taught them all of our strategies. We're like, this is how we do this. This is how we do that. This is how we do this. We teach people what we do in other companies, and they still failed. Here, you have two paths, passive and active. You make money both ways. The only ones who are not making money right now are people who don't buy any of the products. That's it. Or the people who, don't set up their security and get hacked or something. It's funny, like, this could be the same opportunity for everybody, and one person could lose money and the other person not, because they're just foolish, right? And they don't use a Trezor. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's other ways that you can lose money outside of USI Tech. But literally, the only people who lose money in USI Tech, or the only people who don't make money in USI Tech, are the ones sitting on the sidelines bashing it, the ones who don't buy any packages, or the ones who just wait forever, right? Until they
I'm waiting for the dip to buy my Bitcoin.
Exactly. Like, do you see those what is those images where the guy's like a skeleton, like waiting for the dip before I buy? Like, that's not what you want to be. So bottom line, guys, just get in, hit the deadline, get the diamond packages if you can, guys. Stretch, do what you got to do. Get to at least daily compounding with the Bitcoin packages, because that's exciting. Like, I'm excited every day. that I see 22 rebuys go in. I'm like, man, that's awesome. 22 rebuys a day. I'm going to be at 2,000 in like a week, or maybe not a week, maybe a couple weeks. Because that's what, like 44 a day, right? So even if I do the math, if I do 44 packages a day, what's the math on that? Like 44 times 30 days, or maybe it's only 20 days. But that's 13. Yeah, I'll probably be the car bonus within a month. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's epic, man. Didn't you just buy a new car like a few days ago?
I know, yeah. Well, the funny thing is I didn't tell anyone this. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, I don't like to like brag about things and like show off and things like that all over Facebook, because then I don't want to be a target. You know what I mean? You know how there's targets. People target people who are making money. That's just what happens. But so I paid off my Lexus for less than $10K, like, because I had a down payment plus I paid BitPay $10,000 or something like that. So it was a really awesome deal on that. But what we did the other day is we bought my wife, because we have 5 kids, right? So lots of kids. We bought a Chrysler Pacifica van. And I know van sounds kind of lame, but it's like basically one of the most luxury vans you can have. And we paid cash. We paid $48,000 cash. Just wrote a check, $48,000 cash, paid for it in full, no debt whatsoever. Just bought it right out. And you know, when we hit the car bonus for USI Tech, we'll get about $1,000 a month just to own that car. So we bought a little bit premature, but I just like, we needed a better vehicle for the family, and we did it. Cash. And you can do that when you make money. You know, if you don't make any money, you can't do that. So it's awesome.
Super cool. That's a great story. And yeah, man, comments are still blowing up, but just you're getting a lot of love naturally. People love you, man. Good stuff. Cool. I don't really have anything to add to it. I mean, it is what it is. This is a great opportunity, best one we've ever come across in our lives. If it resonates with you, let's go to work. Get your 100 BTC packages, stretch for the highest token package you could afford. If this does not resonate with you, you know, by all means, find something that does. I don't like to force things upon people. I respect free will. And I respect people's opinions on things, you know, at the end of the day. So hopefully if you sat around for 3 hours, hopefully Mike and I resonate with you. But if not, we'll understand at the end of the day. We're just looking for the right people. I tell this to my team all the time. I'm not looking to work with everybody. It's exhausting. You ever work with like an energy drainer, like a Dracula? You're just like, you're not passionate to wake up and get out of bed. But the reason I'm so passionate about life, we get to choose the people who we work with, and people who share this vision, people who are very passionate about helping others, people who are just passionate to create freedom and show people a better way and one day pay it forward, you know. So if there's any last things you want to add, Mike.
Don't call it a wrap. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you all for coming. You know, we're here for you. This is our team. You know, we're all a part of a team here. We're all one vision to move forward and help everybody win their freedom, become crypto millionaires in 2018. And I really do believe we could do it here. Like I've never believed that in any other company. Like I didn't believe the average person can be a millionaire in previous companies. Like I knew that they can make maybe a couple thousand a month, you know, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 a month, but I didn't think every single person can be a millionaire. And it is true. People who buy the diamond package, the emerald package, who have their packages compounding, all of you could do it. And that's what's really cool about this. So with that being said, appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys back on our next training. Bye.
Rock and roll
Now. All right.